because your bullpen has really, really been struggling. But part of that has been because your starters haven't been able to hold down the ship, and you look at Charlie Morton, who kind of started off good last night.
10 Ks last night.
Yeah, no, and he's able to sit people down, but you got to keep people off the base paths as well. 6 earned runs for Charlie. And that was tough, man, because it seemed like he was pitching well for a while, and then it just kind of fell apart on him. You can say that same thing for Tarek Skubal, and we all know that Tarek Skubal, he's the man. Like, he's going to be able to shake out of, starts like that. But even him the other night, he eventually gets touched. And you need some consistency from your starters at some point. So for Casey Mize today, his command is going to be everything, because when he's commanding, he really gets out there and he starts dealing. I mean, his ERA is still at a 3.5 so far this year, so not the worst numbers in the world. He's actually doing a pretty solid job, but his last few appearances just have not really looked good for him, and that's because when he loses command, he gets to spraying pitches all over the place.
And the first 2 pitches are in the book for Mize, getting ahead of Zach Neto here. 0-2 is the count. Love to see 2 early strikes from Mize. He got bailed out on that last one by Blue. Third pitch is outside slurve. Love seeing that slurve from Mize for a ball. 1-2.
Nah, big facts. And like you said, he needs to get off to a hot start today. You don't want him to lose confidence at a certain point, especially early in games. I know with Casey Mize, his pitch count tends to run up pretty early. I mean, within the first 2 to 3 innings, if he's around 50 pitches, you just really hope, that he can be able to withstand it and get through some jams.
2-2 is the count here. Mize gets one by him, blows it past him with a 96 mile per hour just outside of the zone for the first out of the game. 5 pitches. Nice strikeout there for Mize to kick things off.
Nice. Good way to get that first out. And I'm just making sure this was displayed on the screen. But no, this is a good start for the boys.
Absolutely. And for those of you joining us now, we apologize, had some technical difficulty, but it is the Tigers live stream courtesy of Woodward Sports. My name is Anson Wells. I'm joined, of course, by the legend Kentucky Green, a.k.a. KG.
Yes, sir.
My partner in the Lions post games as well. Here's a shot up the middle, seeing eye single into the outfield past the second baseman, and Nolan Shanuel, the Angels' first baseman, is the first to reach safely for LA.
Don't want to see that early. And it's crazy because LA's offense have seemingly come alive against our Tigers, but all year has been a struggle for them at the plate, and you just hope that they don't get into another rhythm today, man. The Tigers have to figure this out. Absolutely have to.
No doubt, no doubt. So 50-50 start so far right now for the Casey Mize. Tigers would love to get off to a hot start, end this first inning quickly, and then get those bats going hot.
Yes, sir.
All right. 0-1's the count to Trout. High fastball misses. Trout got on early yesterday and was able to get knocked in from last night's MVP of the game, Taylor Ward. He was absolutely unstoppable at the plate, accounting for 3 of the Angels' 6 runs there. Very nice slurve that Blue says misses. Looked like it clipped the top corner of the zone there, though.
Yeah, absolutely.
He's gotten one, and he's lost on another one, so things are evened out at this point for Mize early on in the game here. Runner on first, 1 out. Pitch is on the way, inside splitter, drives the count to 3-1.
All right, just a big at-bat here for Casey Mize already in this game, man. Got to be able to get out of this.
No doubt about it. No doubt about it. Mike Trout, one of the best players of the new generation, only 32 years old. Seems like he's been in the league for 15 years as he takes ball 4. And Mize puts runners on first and second, not the way you want to see him start after that quick strikeout.
But once again, back to the command point, like if he's not locating those pitches well, we all know he's got great stuff. That's not the problem with Casey Mize, but he gets into these head spaces where, he's not commanding correctly, and then things tend to pile up, and you can see him kind of visibly get frustrated on the mound. You really need him to stay cool, stay calm, and be able to get through these jams.
No doubt. First pitch to Ward is an outside slider. Angels laying off most of Mize's pitches here early on in the game. Taylor only hitting .235, but he drummed it up last night, starting off 3 for 3 as he takes a second pitch slider for a called strike, 1-1.
All right.
8 balls, 6 strikes for Mize through 14 pitches. Love to see those numbers shift in the other direction. 2 men on. Top of the first here from Comerica Park. Mize clips the top of the zone there for a second called strike.
Nice.
Pitch cast showing that one did clip the top of the zone there. Mize 1 pitch away from getting his second out here early start Sunday game here. And that one is smacked down the left line, but foul. Mize got a little fortune on that one as Ward got out ahead of that.
All right.
See a shot of the AL wild card as the Angels trail the New York Yankees for that final wild card spot. Yankees are a half game ahead of the Guardians, who trail the Tigers by 5 in the Central.
5-game lead. Eesh.
Mize, straight shot right to the shortstop off the bat of Ward for the out number 2.
Love to see it.
Runner at second had to dive back before getting doubled up, but Sweeney with an easy one there. Little bloop shot straight to his glove. Shout out to everybody in the chat. We will be looking for your super chats. We will skip you to the front of the line. Make sure that you smash that like button. Shout out Cassie, Lady Janes. It's wicked awesome. Here we go. Mize first offering to Joe Adele, who rung up a 3-run shot to put the Angels ahead for good in last night's game.
Yeah.
In that early 6th inning. Drove the score to 6-4. Tigers were never able to get back in it after that. Second pitch on its way. Called strike, sinker there. Mize getting ahead of Adele 0-2.
Beautiful.
Tigers looking for an opportunity to get out of this first inning.
Yeah, but once again, the pitch count already starting to ring up for Casey Mize. So we got to monitor that closely, man, because at this point, 6 may be a tad out of the question, but you need at least 5 out of him, man. He has to have a strong start to this game.
Definitely. We talked about that early in the game, and another one of Nick's Tiger tasks that we needed to see 6 innings out of Mize. That was his 20th pitch. Pitch number 21 about to be dialed up here. High and outside of the zone, evening things up at 2 balls and 2 strikes, KG.
Yeah, big at bat right here, to say the least. Need to get that first, get that side retired.
Smash that like button for us, chat. 2-2, 2 out here, top of the first. Nice frame job there out of Dingler.
Nice.
But couldn't fool the ump on that one. A little too far and a little too low out of the zone. Full count. Runners will be on the move here. They are at first and second base, 2 out, as Adele steps out of the batter's box, knocks Mize off of his routine here. Mize has been working pretty efficiently thus far, pitching quickly in the count, but he'll take an extra moment here to get set. And the pitch is outside, but he got him to swing.
Nice.
Adele down on strikes. Mize gets out of the inning. 2 hits, 2 Ks, no runs. Tigers headed to the bottom of the first from Comerica Park. But KG, we talked a little bit about last night. Let's have Birdie bring up the box score from last night. Let's take a look at what happened to these Detroit Tigers. There was a little bit of everything that has plagued them so far this season since the All-Star break. This team has dumped a large lead, a 15.5 game lead in the Central. It's down to 5 now. As you see there, Kikuchi, a guy that struggles on the road, came out, limited the Tigers' damage to 4 runs. The future Hall of Famer Kenley Jansen came in, closed the door on the Tigers. Charlie Morton, as you talked about earlier, great outing it seemed like. Made it through 4 innings. 10 strikeouts. They bring him in. He's able to get the first out, but then they put him up against Taylor Ward, a guy who had his number through the first 2 at-bats, and then Taylor took him yard the third time, and that was all she wrote for Charlie in
it was, but you really thought that the Tigers, even with that, still had a chance in that game. It was 6-4 for at least another 2 to 3 innings after that. So you were really hoping that the offense could get something going, and they just could not seem to do that. And that's been the problem with this Tigers team. It seems like when the pitching is on, the bats are nowhere to be found, and vice versa. You really need those two to be able to come together and just play off of each other, play complementary baseball, and they just have not been able to get that. And I think a big portion of that you can blame on the starters. Once again, you need your starters to go at least 6 in this Tigers rotation because of the way A.J. Hinch likes to play some of his arms, but they have to find a way to be able to make some of these innings last, take some of that pressure off of the bullpen.
Absolutely. In the chat, John effing Lord.
Shout out.
He's replying to Crazy Clown. El Mago needs to get his batting average back up over 300 for Braylon, though. Effing Lord, you realize Braylon will do a victory laps on everyone if that happens. He was calling for a breakout season or a rejuvenated season out of Javi, and thus far he's been mostly correct. We do have a little player spotlight on Javi coming up later in the game as Colt Keith will lead things off for the Detroit Tigers from Comerica Park here in the bottom of the first. First pitch from Koshanowicz. He watches a 95-mile-per-hour sinker in for strike 1.
Okay. First pitch strikes are going to be huge, man. If you can limit those for the Angels, I think the Tigers will be in a really, really good position. And speaking of Javi, I mean, say what you want about him. He is hanging in there, though, and that's all you really want to see from him. Arguably the MVP of the game last night.
Yeah, he was fantastic last night for us. Koshanowicz with that ERA above 5. Another one of Nick's tasks today is we got to get after that guy with Colt Keith in as our leadoff. Got a great opportunity to start things off here. As you take a look at one of Colt Keith's shots up against the Comerica wall there. This one shot out to left field. That will be handled easily by Taylor Ward. So 1 down here for the Tigers in the bottom of the first.
Yeah, once again, you need this offense to get off to a hot start as well. Complimentary baseball, that's going to be the word of the day here. The offense has to look out for this pitching staff. Casey Mize already off to a decent start, so you need some runs.
Yeah, Casey able to get out of that first despite giving up 2 hits. Tigers would love to get some runners on the base paths as Torres takes ball 1.
Torres, one of your better hitters here. It'd be nice if he can get on base for sure, because even throughout the struggling stretch, he's been one of your bright spots.
Absolutely. A guy that just gets on base, Gleyber Torres. Tigers signed him for $15 million away from the Yankees as he smashes one out to the right field warning track. Joe Adell's able to track it down for out number 2.
Not what you want to see early.
He did put a charge into that one. That would have been out in a lot of major league ballparks, but not here in Detroit at Comerica Park. He had to put his hand on the wall as he made that catch, so very close. A few more feet, Tigers would be on the board, but as it sits, they still are at 0-0 here with 2 outs in the bottom of the first as we get a shot of the beautiful Detroit skyline as pitch number 1 comes in, a 98-mile-per-hour fastball taken by Kerry Carpenter. Tigers have not swung on a first pitch thus far through the first 3 batters. You like seeing him take some pitches, but you hate seeing him take those strikes as Carpenter takes ball 1 outside.
I can't lie, though. I would much rather maybe a more patient approach at the plate for this Tigers team. That's something that they've kind of lost along their way as their plate discipline. So I would like to see more of that.
Yeah, so far the discipline has been there. It hasn't paid off, but we'll see with the third offering to Carpenter as it takes ball 2 outside.
All right.
Carp hitting .266 on the season with 20 home runs, a very fine .829 OPS. Anytime you see somebody over 800, you know they're having a solid season. Carpenter takes one, smashes it. That one's going to go off both of the face masks of blue. Actually, it looks like it went off of Ohapi's face mask and then into the shoulder of the umpire here. Oh, no, it was actually fouled back into the shoulder of the ump. Ump definitely took a shot there as you see O'Hoppe jump up to see if he's all right.
Yeah.
Blue takes a moment, waves off the trainers. Carpenter steps back into the box.
Good.
Koshanowitz gets the signal, the delivery. It's a low one, and a check swing. Hopper is going to dribble past the third baseman.
Nice.
And it's so slow to left field that he's able to walk in with a double.
Nice.
Definitely not what it looked like it was going to turn out to be. Looked like it might be an out, but it was such a slow dribbler, and the shift was on that the third baseman wasn't able to get there. Rengifo unable to get his mitt on that one as it gets out to left field. Taylor Ward had to really run in on that slow dribbler to get to it, but Carp was already halfway to second by that point.
No, you love to see that.
Riley Green with a runner in scoring position on second takes the first on a check swing. They appealed to third, but he did not go around for ball one. Carpenter got a chance to get in the action last night as he subbed in for an injured Matt Vierling. Leads things off today with the Tigers with their first hit as Green takes a big cut at a fastball through the zone for ball or a strike one, evening the count up at 1-1. Riley 268 this season, leading the Tigers with 26 home runs. He has definitely struggled since the All-Star break with only 2 home runs since. This one he takes a shot little early on that one, sending it foul. Riley Green's your guy.
Yeah, and he's somebody that absolutely needs to come alive, man, because he has been in a rut over this stretch, and he's somebody that you're counting on. I mean, when you're the best player on the team, arguably, you have to find ways to get out of these slumps.
Another appeal, this time to third base, as Green is able to hold up and check that swing, even in the count up at 2-2 here. Ooh, that one was certainly close. Third base umpire gave him the benefit of the doubt as Koshanowitz is ready to let loose with pitch number 15. And that one's a rocket out into the gap.
Nice.
Right fielder was able to catch up with it, but not before Carp is able to turn and score. He gets him in from second. Big shot from Riley Green. Exactly what the Tigers doctors ordered.
No, absolutely good way to swing that bat and get those guys across, man. Good start for the Tigers offense.
As you see a sign out there from some fans straight from Italy saying that they came straight from Italy to get a little time with Riley Green's bat. They sure got what they came for right there. And we've actually got a little bit more info later on in the broadcast for the Italian Americans for an upcoming promotion as we see the first pitch to Torkelson in for a strike. Tigers with Riley Green on first base, leading here early on, bottom of the first, 1-0 over the Angels. Another shot, Sinai single pass. The second baseman pushes Riley to second base, and that patience that you were talking about is starting to pay off for the Tigers.
No, and you really need that. I'm telling you, when this team was really cooking early in the season, you saw some really good plate discipline from players that, you normally wasn't seeing it from, and that's a big reason why the Tigers offense early in the season was able to get off to such a hot start and be one of the best offenses in all of baseball.
Absolutely. McKinstry stepping up to the plate here after the Torque ground ball single. Runners on second and first. 2 outs here. McKinstry hitting .269 on the season. And I do apologize because our stream has frozen here. We should be back momentarily. Tigers putting some work on Koshanowitz. McKinstry with opening things up here. Smacks one. That's going to get through as well. It should bring the runner in. Riley motoring in. He'll score easily as the cutoff to third is handled. Tigers out to an early 2-run lead here in the bottom of the first from Comerica Park as Zach McKinstry gets an RBI CNI single through left field. That's a big, big start for this Tigers offensive lineup that we were desperately in need of.
And you're giving Casey Mize the help that he needs early, man. So hopefully he can be able to settle into the game. And as long as he can keep people off the base paths, limit some of those walks, and just have his command in a really good shape today, I think the Tigers will be okay.
And that absolutely has to make Tigers fans feel good, seeing Carp, Riley, Torque, and Zach McKinstry with 4 straight hits after our first 2 batters went down. Tigers looking to add to their lead here as Kashanowitz starting to look a little shaken, and it's a little early to be looking like that.
No, absolutely. And is Dingler at the plate right now?
He surely is.
All right.
Dingler catching today for Casey Mize. Got a chance to see both Dingler and Jake Rogers in the lineup tonight. Not often you see 2 catchers, but Dingler has been a spark for this team.
He's the future at the catching position for the Tigers, most definitely.
Great play there by O'Hoppe to keep that ball ahead of him. Definitely could have gotten by him and advanced the runners there, as Kashanowitz was a little wild on his first pitch to Dingler, who's hitting 270 on the year. 1-0 pitch with runners on first and second is on its way, and gets that one by him. Looked like he got a small piece of that sinker for a first strike here. Jack Kashanowitz, ground ball pitcher, 8th highest ground ball rate in the MLB, but he has certainly struggled again to the tune of a nearly 6-run ERA. He looks at Torkelson at second. The delivery, high slider, pushes the count to 2-1.
I think I'm a little bit ahead of you, but here we go. We got that final out, force out at second base here. And
as KG mentioned, shot to third base there is easily handled. Just barely able to get McKinstry at second for the force, but the Tigers do their damage in the first. Tigers lead 2-0 as we head to the top of the second. And let's take a look at the Central Division standings. I know a lot of Tiger fans are nervous, and for good reason.
Right, how can you not be? The way this thing is shaking out, you went from 15 to 5 very, very quickly. And unfortunately, for the Tigers, if they don't get their asses in gear, for lack of better words, they could have a historic collapse here down the stretch, and that's what you don't want to see.
Yeah, Birdie will dial up these standings for you here in just a moment. But once again, All-Star break, 15.5 game lead in the Central Division. What seemed like an absolutely insurmountable lead has been absolutely destroyed. 10.5 games have been lost. The lead is down to 5, and we are looking at the Guardians nipping at our heels. The Twins and the Royals, who were very, very close just at the start of the week, haven't been as hot as the Guardians. Guardians winners of 9 of their last 10 games, so they remain only 5 games behind us, and we'll take a look around the league a little bit later on to see where they're at and get you an update on their scores. Shout out to the chat here. Please
shout out.
Smash that like button. We will keep an eye on the chat, so any of those super chats we'll make sure that we read for you guys. And please share the stream with your friends, especially those people that might not have FanDuel at home and want to get a chance to stay up on the Tigers game and watch it with us here at Woodward Sports. But hell of a day, man, to be down at the ballpark today.
Yeah, beautiful weather outside, man. Can't ask for a more perfect day for a game. And once again, the Tigers, 1 series win since the All-Star break. That's why I said they kind of need this series today. Not to say it's a must win, but even with a 5-game lead, they're playing kind of tight. You can kind of visibly see that morale is down, and that's crazy for a team in first place right now. But the way it's just shaking out, you do not want to see what similarly happened to the Tigers last year, or happened to the Twins, should I say, last year with the Tigers on the rise. You don't want to see the vice versa of that.
No.
So the Tigers, they absolutely need to get this series win today.
Script would absolutely be flipped. And as you saw there, Trey Sweeney was called up from the Toledo Mudheads, our Triple-A affiliate, to take the place of Matt Vierling with the oblique injury on the 10-day DL, as Mize paints the plate for strike 2 here against Louis Rengifo, a guy who had a home run as well last night. Rengifo added that last run, I believe, for the Angels to put him perfectly in place for the win last night, as he takes pitch number 3, a splitter in the ground, 1 ball, 2 strikes.
All right, this will be a big strikeout here for Casey Mize if he can get it.
Rengifo, a Tigers killer, 313 average with an 876 OPS and a strange slurve. We've seen that slurve fool pitchers. That one nearly hit Rengifo, but he took a golf swing at that one for strike 3. Mize with K number 3 in the early going here.
Great start for him. Just hopefully he can keep that pitch count down, but you like how he's locating it so far in this game. Had some early inning trouble, but he seems like he's settled in a little bit now.
Hoppy takes the first pitch offering, fouls it off. 94-mile-per-hour fastball for strike 1.
First pitch strikes, huge for Casey Mize in this game.
A lot of excitement over this Hoppy kid behind the plate as a catcher for the last couple seasons. Hasn't quite turned it into what they had hoped, as he dribbles one too short for an easy out for Trey Sweeney. 2 down here in the top of the second as Christian Moore steps up for the Angels.
So far cruising through this inning, man. You love to see it.
Absolutely. And he saw a little bit of trouble there with 2 outs in the first, was able to get out of it, and now he seems to have found his rhythm. Mize with only 8 pitches this inning thus far after going 20-plus in the first. First one is a slider outside.
And 30 pitches total, man. And like I said, that's right where you want him to be so far. Not really getting into the 40s, close to the 50s. His pitch count is low, and that is a sign that he might be able to stick around for a little bit if he can keep it going.
You're right about that, KG. The number I like is 13 per inning.
Yes.
You're cruising at that point. You'll get through 7. If you can hang around the 15 mark, which he is trending towards, if he can get an out here quickly, you know that you're going to see some work. This one over the plate, smacked back, foul, 2 balls, 1 strike. I like those glasses, Kentucky.
Oh, thank you, man. Thank you. I'm trying to time up my broadcast with yours. This was throwing me off. I'm a little bit ahead of you, but so far I like what you're saying, though. Absolutely.
Here's an inside shot. He fouls off his own leg. We saw a lot of that last night. A lot of these guys taking fouls off their own stems here as Christian Moore takes a step outside of the batter's box. That one right on the inside of his left foot there. Can't feel good.
No, absolutely not. I know I wouldn't want to take one to the leg like that.
Next Saturday, we will not be doing a Tigers live stream. We will be at Sean Belesian's house for his annual Lions barbecue. I know you are hyped
Can't wait for that. The man promised me Dirac ribs, and he is going
10
to
racks.
deliver. Yep, he is absolutely going to deliver. Also, we're going to have a sausage fest, pause. An assortment of different sausages, man. He's big on that. So, yeah, looking forward to it, man. We know we're going to eat good, at least.
Oh, yes, we are.
Might be a little sleepy for the broadcast.
I heard about the Sausage Fest Friday morning on the Sean Belesian in the Mornings with Maz, which you and our guy JB are a part of, as Christian Moore lines out to Carpenter in right field to finish the second. Mize out now around a 16, 17 pitch average. You like to see those numbers come down.
No, and to me, he's doing a great job so far. We will monitor that closely, see how he gets through this game. But through too early, you like how he got out of that jam early, faced a little adversity, but now he seems to be getting into a bit of a rhythm. And it's all going to be about getting ahead in counts for Casey Mize, because when he gets behind in counts early, that's normally when you tend to see him maybe do a little bit too much. And that's when he loses his command. So good start for Casey Mize.
Well, we talked about the standings. Let's take a look at the playoff picture right now. You see the Blue Jays, best team in the American League, on top of the American League East. Tigers in second there. They do trail the Blue Jays by 1 game. And then the Astros as you see, a game and a half behind the Tigers. All three of those teams have lost their last game. Red Sox on top of the wild card standings there. They're tied up actually with the Mariners, and then the Yankees right behind them with a narrow half-game lead on the Guardians. There is a silver lining if the Tigers were to lose this division. There's a great chance that they would still be in the mix for that wild card spot. But as we talked about, we don't want to flip the script on the storyline from last year.
And to be honest, at least my feelings on it, if they were to lose this AL Central lead, I have serious doubts about them being able to get that wild card, man. When you have such a great lead, man, early in the season, you have to find ways to maintain. And I know this young core is a little different for them. They haven't been in these type of waters before, but they got to find a way to weather the storm. So I kind of like that they're being tested, that they're facing some adversity, but we are learning a lot about this team right now, and if they aren't able to hold this lead, I think that says a lot just about where we're at as a franchise right now.
Yeah, up 2-0 here in the bottom of the second as Kohloff faces off against Trey Sweeney. Listen, the Tigers are in a spot where a game like this one, if they were to lose it and have the Angels come from behind, it could do a lot to their mojo. But this is also that game before a long stretch of games without a day off where they can ride that mojo into those 7 games and be able to create that momentum they need finishing up August and headed into September. As we take a look at the Detroit Tigers offense here, they've put up nearly 2 more runs on average against the Angels this year than any other team at 7.33 runs per game. The White Sox next, a little over 5.5 runs, and the Rays right there at about 5.5 runs as well. So the Tigers have had no issue scoring against the Angels, but they struggled last night a little bit, only 4 runs. Today, thus far, though, 2 runs early. Bottom of the second here, 2-2 count for Sweeney as he fouls that one off. Kohloff quickly approaching pitch number 30 here. You got to see Sweeney get on as he smacks one right between first and second base, right between the short and second baseman. First bat back as a Tiger is a nice single for Sweeney.
That is a great sign for Trey Sweeney because we all know where his struggles really was. It was at the plate. Defensively, he had some troubles too, but at the plate is where you really, really need him. And for him to get on in that 8th spot is a good sign early. So
absolutely. Javi Baez, again, great last night. We'll see if he can continue the momentum into today. High fastball, well in the zone, but it's a called ball.
You're damn right it is.
And you got to love to see that as a Tigers fan. Seems like we've been on the short end of the stick on a lot of bad strike calls lately, but that one went in the Tigers' favor there as Kohloff chases Sweeney back to first.
Yep, going to get a stall out there. But, it would be big if Javi can get something going at the plate early in this game, man. You want to keep applying pressure. That's when the Tigers are at their best, when they're able to apply pressure to other teams on the base paths.
Certainly. And Javi, as he smacks one foul, this one will be playable for an easy out. It seems like when Javi's on, the Tigers are on.
No, yeah. He goes as the Tigers go as he goes. So, no, absolutely.
True that. So, we'll look to see him get it going later on in the game here as we get back to the top of the order. Colt Keith, 0 for 1 his first time up with a second opportunity here against Kohloff. Be really nice to see Colt get it going here as he takes a rip at an opening changeup, sends it foul for strike 1.
Yeah.
Don't forget to smash that like chat. If you want to get some super chats in, we will make sure that we move you to the front of the line. Pitch high and outside. They ask for the appeal at third, say they didn't go, evening things up at 1-1.
No.
As you see a grasshopper on Colt Keith's back there.
Maybe it's a good luck charm. You never know.
Well, he could use it here. As he takes one outside, that's a tough changeup to lay off of there. 2 balls, 1 strike.
Liking Keith's approach so far.
Yeah, Tigers batters have been patient early on, something that we've asked to see. And another ball taken by Keith there, counts at 3-1.
Really, at the very least, you need him to advance this runner here.
That would be nice. By Sweeney on first. That one's chopped foul. Drives it to a full count. 1 out. Bottom of the second from Comerica Park. Great game to be down at the ballpark in Detroit. Tigers lead 2-0, trying to take the rubber match here with the 3-game slate with the obtuse angles of Los Angeles. Another shot back to first base to drive Sweeney back. Koshanowicz a little worried about him.
Might be getting a little nervous up there. 36 pitches so far.
Yeah, Tigers doing the damage that we asked for at the start of the broadcast. They needed to see a lot of pitches and get Koshanowicz out of the game, get into that Angels bullpen. So far, so good. The payoff pitch is on the way, and Keith fouls that one back.
He's battling up there. You like to see that. Draw those at-bats out if you can. Absolutely.
Yeah, he's absolutely fighting, just like Venn Johnson Law will fight for you. Head on over to venlaw.com. If you need justice, you need Venn. The Tigers, they need another hit here, and that one smoked foul, inside slider, battling again, as you said.
There we go. Think you'll like the upcoming result?
You need to pause, my friend. You need to pause.
I'm trying. It won't let me.
A little teaser there. Little teaser, spoiler alert, it's a walk. And just as you mentioned, you love to see these Tigers bats being patient. Koshanowicz, his next pitch will be number 40. So just through the second inning, only 1.1 innings of work thus far for Koshanowicz, and we've already pushed him into 40 pitches. Gotta love that. Gleyber Torres, 0 for 1 today.
Big spot for Gleyber right here, man, if he can get these guys across.
Yep. Man on first and second. Opportunity to score here. High pitch.
Almost hit my man.
Sinker nearly took Gleyber's head off. Why don't you pause that just for one more quick second? We'll be pretty even there. Koshanowicz really looking rattled now, having a hard time getting the ball over the plate, and Ohapi was barely able to corral that one. Otherwise, we would have seen the runners certainly advance. Koshanowicz eyeing Sweeney at second. The turn, the pitch, outside ball, 2-0.
You love to see it, man. And once again, that patient approach working, although it does help when the pitcher is just locating his pitches all over the place. And another good result here, man. I think you're right. I think their starting pitcher maybe starting to lose composure a little bit. 42 pitches so far through 2.
And there's ball 3 on a sinker high that just missed. Tough ball to lay off of. I think Javi would have been swinging at that. But not Gleyber Day.
Right. Thankfully, Javi ain't up there right now.
2 on, 1 out here. Bottom of the second. Tigers up 2-0. 3-0 pitch from Koshanowicz. High. Taken for ball 4. Tigers have loaded the bases, KG.
This is the momentum that you absolutely needed for this Tigers offense. You have to get at least one of these runners across right now, man. I am looking forward to what's Kerry Bonds might be able to bring you in this spot.
There you go. Kerry Carpenter, 1 for 1 today, and he was able to cross home plate. He's hoping that he can help a couple of his teammates cross home plate here as he faces his first pitch from Koshanowicz, second time at the plate against him, and that's an inside ball. Slider. 1-0.
Hey, if he's going to do the work for you, just continue to be patient. Good things are happening for the Tigers when they are patient.
I like that. Koshanowicz doing the work for the Tigers right now. Has not been able to put a pitch over the plate for 7 straight pitches. That one over the plate, and that one's fouled off by Carp, even in the count at 1-1.
And you got to think if he flubs this at bat, he's going to get a mound visit after this point, man. They got to check on him. Oh, wait. And the Tigers get another run across. I'm sorry, I couldn't
pause your broadcast, please.
I can't because it just goes to the most recent feed, unfortunately. So
we got another Got another run across the plate there. 3-0 Tigers up as Carp gets the RBI single. He brings in, is that 2?
Looked like just one when I saw.
Just one, but
yeah,
it looks like it was a pop up there. I couldn't catch that one. So Carpenter will not reach base. Runners will stay on first and second, but Sweeney comes around to score. Tigers take the lead 3-0. Bottom of the second, 2 outs, 2 men still on. Koshanowitz quickly approaching 50 pitches. Riley Green takes that first offering. Would have loved to have seen him lay off that inside pitch.
Yeah, and that's been the problem with Riley Green all season long, man. It's amazing to see him, with strikeout counts this high, man. Hopefully he can get that together.
The big reliever, Connor Brogdon, already warming up here in the bottom of the second in the bullpen for the Angels. We saw a little bit from him last night. He looked good, was able to hold the Tigers scoreless when he came in. Angels hoping to get the same type of performance from him. Tigers just hoping to chase away that starter, and Green can do it with one swing of the bat here. 1-1 pitch, fouled back, drives the count to 1-2.
I still think you're in a good spot, though. He's approaching 50 pitches once again, and only the bottom of the second. So you're going to be able to get him out this ball game pretty quickly. It's just about keeping that foot on the pedal for the Tigers right now.
Riley Green 1 for 1 on the day, looking for a second hit here in the cleanup spot. High fastball just off the zone. Tough one to lay off for Green there, but he's able to, and that evens the count up at 2 balls, 2 strikes. Koshanowitz starting to work a little bit quicker here. Not sure if that's in his advantage. This one is over the plate, fouled off by Green.
Yep, Green already 1 for 1 in this game, and you want to see him get into a rhythm, so this will be a big second knock of the game if he can get this one going right here.
Jack Koshanowitz, 4 heaters and 1 changeup here through 5 pitches against Riley Green. We'll see what he dials up for pitch number 6. 2-2 count, 2 on, 2 out. High inside fastball, just like the last one. Green able to stay off that, and that drives it to a full count. Runners will be going. Green looking to get another hit on the board and drive in another run for the Detroit Tigers here. 3-0, they lead as Koshanowitz gets him to swing in an outside changeup. Tigers finished in the second, but not before the damage is done. They add another run. Tigers up 3-0.
And another strikeout for Riley Green. Yeesh, man, yeesh. But like I said, you need to get at least one of those runs across during that inning, and you were able to do that. The Tigers are applying pressure in this game, and you like that they're getting runs in multiple innings. They just have to find a way to keep their foot on the gas. I think you'll be able to get this starter out pretty early, which is a good sign. But when that reliever comes in, you have to be able to keep this momentum going. But you are liking what the Tigers are providing you so far. A more patient approach, but it's paying off for this team, and I think that's one key factor that they've been lacking over this 2 to 3 week stretch of bad baseball that we have just seen.
Well, you talked about the last couple of weeks. Let's look at what's in front of us. We've got that Tigers upcoming schedule. As we mentioned earlier, these guys don't have a game off for some time, but the next week they head to Chicago. And that should be the reprieve this team's been looking for. Chicago, one of the worst teams in the majors, but they will be at home. Not a lot of fans will be there, but this is a prime opportunity for the Tigers to add to their lead in the Central.
And we said that about the Twin Series just a little bit ago, and they weren't able to get that one done. You got a favorable set of matchups coming up here with the White Sox coming into town and the Twins. You're going to see them again. I think that is a huge series. All, American League opponents, you have to be able to go in there and handle business. You are expected to do that as being the top team in the AL Central right now.
And you see Paddock on Monday against Chicago, Skubal on Wednesday. The start that does concern me is Paddock on Saturday going up against his former team, the Twins, who batted him around the last time we saw him. And then Sunday we'll be back here. Start at 2 o'clock, 10 minutes before the first pitch.
Yes, sir.
Versus Minnesota. We'll see who they throw out there against Flaherty, but we return here for the top of the third. Casey Mize up against Bryce Teodosio, the center fielder who is actually hitting .357 on the season in a very small sample size. We'll see what Casey Mize can do with him here as the second pitch is in for a ball, even in the count up at 1-1.
Hey, but good first pitch strike to get this at-bat started. And Casey Mize, 37 pitches so far. Pitch count is low, right where you want it to be. Hopefully he's settled into this game. It does appear that way, and let's keep it cruising, man. This Tigers defense can absolutely, use their starter getting some innings in. So
yeah, his accuracy has been very strong thus far. You hope that he can continue it up as he's missed the plate the last 3 pitches now, driving that count to 3-1 after that opening strike against Teodosio.
No outs. Really want to see him get this guy here. Oh.
No more fanning.
I'm sorry, it's hard.
Stop fanning.
I'm trying. I promise I'm trying.
All right. And that one, a check. Ooh, boy.
Yep.
Check swing
Got
bounce
lucky
to the pitcher there. And Mize decided to handle it himself, which almost was a mistake. Nearly got beat out on that one, but he's able to get to the bag before Teodosio for out number 1.
No, and thankfully that batter did go on that, was able to clip the bottom of the bat and get that ball in play, because otherwise, maybe you're looking at a walk.
No doubt. Yeah, if he doesn't check his swing on that one, he certainly gets a free base there. But Mize retires the first batter. He will return to the top of the order, facing off against Zach Neto. Neto was 0 for 4 to start the game last night, but did find a hit late in the game. Looking
so sorry.
Stop, man. Stop. All right, that's a seeing-eye single up through the gap there between second and short, and a fireball there from left field trying to get him as he rounded into second was off target. Neto in with a slow dribble double.
Not what you wanted to see there. A misplay at second, trying to corral that ball in. So, got some damage early. You do have an out, so I think we'll be okay. But you want to see how he's going to respond here on the mound, Casey Mize.
Nolan Shanuel reached safely his first time up with an opportunity here with Neto in scoring position to get the Angels on the board here. Top of the third, Comerica Park, 1 out. Casey Mize, his 40th pitch was good for a Zach Neto double. We'll see if he can limit the damage here and keep that pitch count under 50.
I think he got a little dirt in his eyes here. We got a little bit of a delay coming up.
Definitely trainers out there with some high dollar clear eyes.
Yeah, this ain't the shit you get at CVS, I'll tell you that.
Are you a Visine guy or a Clear Eyes guy?
Visine. Okay. Clear Eyes, the commercials from back in the day that we used to love, but I just always been on the Visine side.
See, there's so many different types of Visine that I do prefer Clear Eyes unless you can get the blue Visine.
Yeah, agreed.
Shout out to Loom.
Big shout out to
who
Loom.
Who else is a good shout out right now when we're talking about eye drops?
Well,
Jars. Shout out Jars.
Yeah, shout out Jars, man.
Shanuel, first pitch, swinging miss on a splitter. 0-1's the count. Zach Neto with some clear eyes at second, eyeing home base, trying to get the first run on the board for the Angels here. Shanuel with that high bat there as a check swing sends this one foul. Similar to what we saw from Teodosio to start the inning off.
Yeah, you almost got him again, man. But a good 0-2 count to get ahead on this at-bat. Really need this out right here. Do not want to lose this guy.
No, high fastball he had no business swinging at.
Yeah.
Tried to check it up and got a piece of the ball. He was fortunate to push it foul, which allows him to stay alive with an 0-2 count as he steps out of the batter box asking for time, trying to knock Mize off his rhythm. Mize, 42 pitches in the book so far. Tigers with a commanding lead, 3-0, top of the third. Pitch is on its way. Scooping shot out to center field. That'll be handled easily by Baez. But that'll allow Neto to move to third base. 2 outs. Runner definitely threatening at third, but Mize with an opportunity to get out of the inning without any runs.
No, and that's what you want to see. You're still continuing to apply pressure to this team, and this will be a big out right here, but I think he will be able to get it. So shout out to Javi in center as well.
Yeah, nice play by Javi as he was able to track that blooper out down in center field. Now the future Hall of Famer Mike Trout steps to the plate. He's been healthy for the majority of the season, something you haven't seen out of him for the last 5 years.
What a concept for him.
Yeah, and you know, he's still only 32, 33 years old. This is a guy that has a lot of baseball ahead of him still as he takes a called strike fastball right down the pipe, 0-1. Second pitch is on its way, high fastball taken for ball 1.
Yes, sir.
Trout won me a Dynasty Fantasy Championship. I'll always have some love for Trout. 1-1, and it seems like my cohort here is holding back some incitement here.
I am.
And
he told me to stop.
For good reason. A dribbler to third base. Trout doesn't have the wheels he used to. He's thrown out easily. Tigers give up a base hit for a double, but it's not enough to get any runs in. Tigers get out of the top of the third with their 3-0 lead intact. And I'll tell you what, as we watch the talented stylists here in the Lady Jane's headquarters, getting all these dudes looking real good, because it's just simple. You can walk anytime. You can sign up and step in and get your hair done. Let's hear from Lady Jane's.
Into any Lady Jane's Haircuts for Men today. Open 7 days a week. Sit back, relax, and enjoy precision haircut, scalp massage, hot leather neck shave, and hot towel treatment from one of our talented stylists. Step up your game this season and take advantage of our $20 haircut special. Scan the QR code and get your coupon today. Lady Jane's Haircuts for Men, the ultimate haircut experience. Open 7 days a week. Walk-ins always welcome. Lady Jane's Haircuts for Men. It's wicked awesome.
It's wicked awesome, man.
Yes, sir.
Not a bad place to come to work every day.
Nah, you talk about a great day at the ballpark. What a great day at Lady Jane's Salon, man.
No doubt.
Every day is like that.
We had Kirk Gibson in here getting his hair done earlier this week.
Shout out to the legend.
I was able to get a Kirk Gibson rookie card signed, as well as a Michigan State Kirk Gibson football card signed.
Wow, that is awesome, man. You know what's crazy? I still haven't met Gibby. As many events as we've done with Gibby around, I still have yet the chance to meet the Tiger legend, man. I gotta get that.
I've been to one World Series game in my life, and that was Game 5 in 1984. As I'm walking away, I was like, I was at Game 5 in 84. You know what he said?
What?
I was too.
I bet he was.
He was. There's a great story if you ever want to watch it. If you haven't seen it before, it's basically Goose Gossage saying that he wants to pitch to Kirk Gibson, and Sparky Anderson from the dugout laughing, saying he wants to pitch to you. And we all know the ending of that story. A big home run from Kirk Gibson, former Spartan. Shout out
to Sparky as well.
First pitch to Torkelson is a sinker in for a strike, and they've pulled the fans from Italy to the side here to welcome them and do a little sideline story with them. Once again, we've got an exciting Tigers promotion involving Italian Americans that we'll get to later on in the ball game here.
Yeah.
Second strike on a foul by Torkelson there drives the count to 0-2 here in the bottom of the third. Comerica Park, great day to be down in Detroit to see your Detroit Tigers, your Central Division leading Tigers, as Kashanowitz misses with an outside slider. 1 ball, 2 strikes.
And I know Torque's trying to protect right here, but you don't want him swinging out of his shoes. He has to remain patient. I think the pitcher will give him something if he remains patient here.
Yeah, patience is something we've seen from the Tigers a lot more in this game than we have in recent games. Another ball laid off of by Torkelson evens the count up at 2-2 here. Torkelson 1 for 1 on the day, was able to get those first RBIs across the plate here. He's looking for another one. Nearly gets hit on a sweeping slider there. Full count.
Yeah, Kachanowicz's control is all over the place, man. He is absolutely losing command. And for Torque, man, we need that power, man. And you need to be able to apply it in good spots. And I think he's got a spot coming up here.
Controlowitz would not be his nickname.
Right, not at all.
Torkelson smashes one out to left center. It'll be handled by the center fielder.
Solid
Teodosio,
contact.
no problem with that one. Solid contact, just didn't quite get that one where he wanted it.
No, I got to be able to turn it, square it up a little bit better, but still not a bad at-bat from Torque, man. This is kind of the approach that you saw early in the season that made him so successful. I know his OPS has dropped lately, but he's still somebody that is capable of going out there and give you at-bats like that.
Benetti and the other Dan calling the game from Comerica today as a first pitch to McKinstry misses for ball one.
Love Benetti and Petrie, by the way. That is the duo that I like to see in that Tigers booth.
My mom was a Dan Petrie fan.
Yeah.
Shout out, Mom. Pitch number 2 to McKinstry is a nice one over the plate there. McKinstry takes it for strike one, even in the count at 1-1. McKinstry with an RBI single in the first. He's struggled against the Angels this season. So far, so good today, though, as he fouls the third pitch off for strike 2.
And that pitch count, once again, creeping up 62 for Kanowitz, and we're only in the bottom of the third.
No Controlowitz struggling. 63 third pitch about to be on the way here. Tigers well on their way to chasing him after 3 or 4 innings. Outside pitch there taken by McKinstry.
Why'd you reach on that?
Yeah, shouldn't have taken that one, but just got the end of the bat on it. Just enough to knock it to third for an easy out for Rengifo. Tigers 2 down here in the third, but still with a nice 3-0 lead down in Detroit. Game 3 of the weekend slate with the obtuse angles out of Los Angeles here as we welcome Dirk Dingler back to the plate.
Yes, sir. Yes, sir. The savior at the catcher position for the Tigers.
An absolute blessing in last year's Flaherty trade. A guy that really kind of was just considered a throw-in, but really found a home here behind the plate for the Detroit Tigers. He falls behind the count early, 0-2 after fouling off a sinker second pitch from Koshanowitz.
No, his power is absolutely devastating. When you have a catcher that can hit like that, that's just extremely valuable to a Tigers organization, man.
Absolutely. And then the other savvy veteran, Jake Rogers, behind the plate for the Tigers at times as well. Third pitch is a high fastball taken by Dingler for a first ball.
Here we go. Keep battling.
And we see that Buzzball sponsor on the mound there. Those things are dangerous, KG.
No, absolutely. I stay away from them, to be honest with you.
Here's a shot. This one is going to get down. Dingler with an easy poke to right field there for a 2-out single here in the bottom of the third. That will bring up newly recalled Trey Sweeney to the plate, who has crossed home once himself today.
Yeah, and let's see if he can keep it going, man. Once again, he was really struggling at the plate before he was sent down. Got off to a good start today, man. You want to see that momentum keep going.
Yeah, if Trey Sweeney could find some heat while he's up for Matt Vierling, it's something that the Tigers offense is sorely in need of, as we see the first pitch taken for ball one by Sweeney.
Nice patient approach right there. He looks like he's seeing the ball really well today.
He does. It's a great point, KG. As we mentioned, a single in the second, which he was able to score on later on. Takes a big cut at a high fastball in the zone for strike 2.
Can't fall for the high strikes, man.
That one was he had to go after that one. I love those high fastballs when I was a player.
Oh, especially when you have pitchers like Tarek Skubal that are dangerous with that type of stuff right in the corner pocket. Oh, yeah, it's a lethal pitch, absolutely.
No doubt. Sweeney couldn't lay off that one, but it would have been a called strike either way. Count is even at 1-1. Here's Koshanowitz ready to throw pitch number 70, still in the third inning.
And you got to think a mound visit is coming, man, as we, shortly get the next result. But, you are running that pitch count up very high. Good approach by the Tigers today.
Yeah, Sweeney, 2-1 count here, hoping to get on base. And then I think cue up that mound visit that you just spoke about, KG. Pitch about to be on the way from Koshanowitz, fouled back by Sweeney.
Yeah, if he loses Sweeney, then I definitely expect to see the skipper come out and have a conversation with him, see what's going on.
Either the conversation or look to the bullpen, that's for sure.
Yeah.
Koshanowitz has not had it today. He hasn't had it all season with that near 6 ERA. Pitch number 72 as he gets his sign uncorks one. This one popped up. 3 fielders converge. It's handled by the right fielder. Tigers are unable to get anybody else across the plate in the third. Score still remains 3-0 as we finish up the third inning.
Hey, I'll take it. Of course, you want some insurance runs to come behind this at some point, but good start by the Tigers, man. I just want to get – yeah, absolutely. I just want to get your overall thoughts on the Tigers so far, because I think that this is about as good as a start as you could ask for today.
Well, you and Nick both talked about it. Mize's location. Was he going to be accurate today? He got it. A little bump in the road there early on in the first inning, but he was able to pitch his way out of it. Second and third inning, a little bit of touch here and there, but he has mostly steamrolled through the order. You love to see that out of him. He's pitching efficiently. But the other thing that you spoke to was the patience of the bats for the Tigers. We've seen them take a lot of pitches. In fact, Koshanowitz, as we mentioned, already into the 70s. Might not even see him come back out for the fourth.
Yeah, and I think we are still on track to maybe see Mize out there through 6. So love what he's doing right now. You're giving him some decent run support so far, so you take that pressure off of his plate. And Mize just looks good today, man, and he is somebody capable of keeping those runs off the board. Like I said, 3.5 ERA on the season so far. He did kind of, the recent starts have elongated his numbers, but I think he's coming back down to earth and a good start today so far. Well, I think it'll go a long way.
Yeah,
so
Mize is making us feel comfortable, but Maz is
Shout
not
out.
comfortable. We got a clip from the Sean Belizean morning show. Maz says the Tigers are no longer on cruise control.
This team is not in cruise control right now.
I agree with everything you said, except this division. If there was somebody in this division that sent a shiver down my spine.
You don't believe Cleveland
No.
still? You don't like Kansas City still?
No.
Two
No.
playoff teams from last year?
No. We were all guilty of overrating this division last year.
Yeah.
We were. Everybody. Every
3
single
playoff
person out there.
teams.
And a historically awful team at the bottom that
Correct.
everybody feasted on. You know, and apply it to this division. I just, famous last words,
Yeah.
I don't think there's a snowball's chance in Hades Cleveland makes
Well,
it
you were
7
around in
games.
80.
Well, you heard it there. A lot of our hosts are uber confident in this Tigers team. We've heard the Neil Rule jinx from a couple weeks ago. Maz is worried.
of course he is. It's Worry Wart Maz.
I'm not going to lie. I'm a little worried too, and I think the rest of the Tigers faithful are a little nervous as well. But we return here for the top of the fourth as Mize misses with a second pitch slurve there, driving the count to 2-0 against last night's MVP, last night's Silver Slugger, a Mr. Taylor Ward. Yeah. Third pitch fouled away there to drive the count to 2 balls and 1 strike.
All right, Casey, let's see what he has here. A little bit behind in this count so far.
Taylor was a one-man wrecking crew for the Angels last night, and I think we've got some good news coming up here. That is a called strike on the inside sinker that just clipped the zone. Nice
like how
pitch
that laid
from
in
Mize.
there right there.
Yeah, Mize, after we had just talked about his accuracy, started off with 2 balls, but then paints the plate right there. Pitch 5 is high, driving a full count there for Taylor Ward. Love to see him get him out for a second time.
Yeah, absolutely. There we go. Big pitch right here.
Yes, indeed. Mize lets it go. This one's fouled back. Slider 91 miles per hour. Ward fighting to stay alive as we get a look at an upcoming promotion on August 23rd. The Gone Fishing Parker Meadows custom jersey. You definitely want to get to the ballpark on the 23rd early to get your hands on one of those as we see Mize send one to Taylor Ward. He smacks that one down the left field line, just foul off the wall. That would have been trouble.
And thank God it was a little bit too inside, kind of got the bottom of that barrel. Wasn't able to square it up like he wanted to. But, yeah, making him work right now.
Yeah, he got some good wood on that one, just not enough to keep it in play as Mize walks his first batter of the game on a badly missed outside pitch there.
Yeah, and you like for it to come in the 4th inning instead of early on, but you don't want to see this pile up. You don't want to see it continue. So let's see if he can limit the passes right here.
Casey Mize been pretty efficient thus far. Let's see what he can do against Joe Adell. Of course, put up that home run in last night's game to push them ahead of the Tigers.
He's having a conversation with Dylan Dingler here.
Yep, going to calm Mize down a little bit. That was his 54th pitch. 6 in the series there with Ward. Ended up turning into a walk and a free base for the star of last night. I hate saying that over and over again, but Taylor Ward would not be denied. Unfortunately, A.J. Hinch decided to let Charlie Morton have a third turn with Taylor Ward, and Taylor took that third turn for a ride to the tune of a 3-run home run. Adell, first pitch for Mize, just outside. They're going to
nice slider there.
He got him to check, but the appeal says he went around.
Yep, good slider there. Not mad at that location at all.
Not at all. Joe Adell, top of the 4th here, no outs. 1 man on for the Angels. Smacks an inside fastball foul, driving the count to 0-2. Mize ahead of Adell.
It's a good way to get ahead here. Need a early out in this game, especially with a man on.
Angels battling in this series. Took game 2 after the Tigers took game 1 on Friday night. A rubber match here today from Comerica Park as Mize misses on a high fastball. Just trying to get him to chase something there on the 0-2 count. 1 ball, 2 strikes now. Joe Adell, a former top prospect that has struggled in the majors. He's played well for a month or so at this time as we watch a slurve that gets away from Dingler and allows Taylor Ward to trot over to second base.
And this one was in the dirt, but I think that's more so on Dingler. Got to be able to corral that one in, but definitely don't want to see this get out of hand here.
He tried to catch that one with his glove instead of getting his body in front of it, and it'll cost the Tigers a base. So no force now. Double play ball is out of the conversation as Adell fouls that slider off. Staying alive, 2-2, and as KG mentioned, no outs here in the top of the 1st. Runner in scoring position for the Angels.
Need some quick relief here. Pitch count starting to creep up this inning.
As you mentioned, pitch number 60 about to be on its way as he looks Adell back to second. This one low and misses, driving the count full, 3-2.
Big pitch coming up.
Very big pitch. You would hate to see the wheels come off here for Mize. He's really dialing up that pitch mix, sinker, slider, slurve, fastball. See what he dials up here. It's an inside fastball for the swinging strike. Gets him out. That is a big first out here with a man on second. Mize needed that one.
And that sinker on Mize is one of his best pitches when it's on and when he's locating it the way he wants to. It's one of his best pitches, man, and you just saw it right there. That is a beautiful sinker to get that guy out.
Yeah, couldn't have said it any better. It was on perfect display there, that nasty, nasty sinker of Casey Mize, former number 1 pick of the amateur draft, had some injury issues, was really kind of a forgotten arm in the rotation that the Tigers dialed up this year, and he has returned to form, been a really kind of our number 2 or at worst our number 3 pitcher along with Flaherty this year as he gets the ground ball from Rengifo for number 2. That will push Ward to third, but the Tigers have 2 outs.
Hey, that's what you want to see. Like I said, keep applying pressure, make it hard for them to score with runners in scoring position. And, you like the start by Casey Mize yet again, man. He's finding ways to get out of these jams.
Absolutely. KG teasing me with some good-smelling food over there.
Yeah, I'm sorry, man.
Oh, man. Lots of apologies from KG today, but I still love him. Oh, Hoppy here up against Mize for the second time, 0 for 1. Check swing, appeal, says he did not go. Mize sitting at 64 pitches. If he can get out of this inning soon here, we certainly will see him in the 5th. Maybe he can even get to the 6th, which would be one of those Tiger tasks Nick talked about early on. Here's an outside fastball taken and followed back by O'Hoppe 1-1.
Yeah, and I think he's earned every right to stay out there. It definitely depends on how the next inning goes and really the finish of this inning. But so far, I think he's earned the right to get out there and kind of go as long as he can go. So.
I definitely agree. Mize has it going today, as that one is fouled off by O'Hoppe, an inside sinker as he falls behind Mize. 1 ball and 2 strikes.
Yep, good pitch right there. Was able to get the bottom of that barrel yet again. And when he goes low and inside, that's just a tough pitch to hit.
Yeah, his accuracy, pitch placement has been very strong today. And KG is once again ahead of me.
Sorry. I thought he went on this one. Coming up, you'll see shortly.
Pretty close there. Check swing. They appeal. That's a 5th appeal on an Angels check swing today. This one doesn't go the Tigers' way. Would have been another strikeout for Mize, but now with 2 outs here in the top of the 4th, 2-2 is the count. Takes another swing at this one. Outside slurve, just able to get a piece of it to stay alive.
But that shows you that these Angels hitters are guessing up there. Like you said, the 5th appeal so far, getting a lot of check swings, guys going when they don't want to. That means that Casey is doing a pretty good job up there, getting in their head.
That's right. Shota Imanaga will take on Sonny Gray as the Cubs face off against the St. Louis Cardinals later today. We'll get you updated on some scores from around the league. But we are sitting at 2-2 with 2 out, top of the 4th here. Outside pitch for ball 3. Runner will be on the move from third base now as the 2-out payoff pitch to Logan O'Hoppe is about to be on the way, and I can see KG out of my peripheral.
Almost.
This one's popped up. Might be in play for Dingler, but no, a little bit back into the stands, and a nice souvenir for a fan out of Whitmore Lake.
And we have the pitches by inning, first 23, second 11, third 12, and fourth 24. So the pitch count is creeping up in this inning, and if he can get a big strikeout here, man, I think that gives him all the momentum in the world.
Would be huge. Would be huge just to get him out of this inning with less than 70 pitches, or well, he's at 70 now, but it would be great to see him low pitch count, be able to come out for that 5th, and some quick work. Could be even see him in the 6th here. O'Hoppe, 3-2 pitch, slaps it down the left field line to the third baseman, easily handled by Zach, and is just able to get ahead of him for the final out. Top of the 4th is done. Tigers lead 3-0 from Comerica Park. Ooh-wee. Game 3, looking to take the series here as they split the first 2 games. But let's take a look at one of our newest Tigers. He pitched for the 2nd time in the Tigers uniform last night. Much better results than the first time we saw him. And, of course, I'm talking about Rafael Montero.
Yeah.
You saw some of these guides here, these graphs. This is Baseball Savant. This is a analytics site actually supplied by the MLB, one of my favorite sites to use for fantasy as well as analytics in baseball. The guys we looked at last night, specifically Charlie Morton, his numbers were nowhere near as good as this. You look at his chase rate, his whiff rate, velocity, as well as his expected batting average and expected ERA. This is an above-average pitcher. His first time out, only 1 inning, got beat around a little bit to the tune of 2 hits for 2 runs. But last night, he came in, held serve, 1.2 innings, 1 hit, 1 K, no earned runs. This guy was kind of laughed at when the Tigers picked him up. But I see something different. And we have Chris Fetter. Mm-hmm. This is a guy that they might be able to find something in and dial that up for the playoff run.
Well, the biggest thing for the Tigers bullpen is they need more swing and miss guys. And I do think Rafael Montero is somebody that can provide swing and miss type stuff, but he has to be able to locate, and he has to keep guys off of the bases, man, because a 5.4 ERA for most of the season here, like you said, a good outing yesterday, but the key for him is just keeping runs off of the board. And I do think working with somebody like Chris Fetter can absolutely be an asset to somebody like that. That's why they go and get some of these guys. And listen, I know he's not the high-end name that everybody wanted, but they do have a certain method that they like to go seek pitchers. They like to get guys with pretty good stuff that maybe just need some tuning here and there. And once again, you see that Rafael Montero, he is somebody that is capable of sitting guys down, but he just has to keep runs off the board.
No doubt about it. And we head back to Comerica here. For the bottom of the fourth, Tigers look to add and pad that lead.
Hey, smash that like button, y'all, for the crew.
No doubt about
Working
that.
hard in here, man.
No doubt about that. And on a Sunday, too, and we're very happy to be with you guys. We'll be back again next Sunday for our next Woodward Tigers live stream. Of course, next Saturday we'll be at Sean Belesian's house covering preseason Lions game number 3. We'll have the full slate pregame show with Neil Rule and Sean Belesian from Sean's house. Then, of course, we'll have everybody there, including the heavyweights, for the watch party. And then myself and this guy right over here, Kentucky Green, will be handling the Lions post-game show for you again. But make sure you join us back here on Sunday as we see Baez with a short chopper up the middle.
Javier.
And second baseman couldn't handle it. Not sure that he would have been able to make that play in time, but this one might go up as an error for Christian Moore at second base.
Hey, and when you're Javi Baez, you will take him how you can get him, man. Shout out to Javi, not giving up on that play, making sure he hits the first base hard, and he got that single.
Yeah, it looked like that weird hop hit him in the palm of the glove. We'll see how they score that one, but that one's a 50-50 ball in my opinion.
No, absolutely. Did they call it? I didn't see it.
We'll see when the board comes up. But Koshanowicz, that was pitch number 75. Surprising that they brought him back out here. We'll see if the Tigers can do some more damage with Colt Keith starting back on top of the lineup here for the third time through the order. He takes the first pitch for a ball. Gotta love to see that.
No, absolutely. And this pitcher, he's been all over the place today. Like you said, I'm kind of surprised that he's even still out there. You know they got to have a guy in the bullpen warming up because his night is almost over.
No Kontrolowicz. That pitch, very reminiscent of the couple of check swing shots that stayed in play for the Angels earlier. That one goes out of play for Colt Keith. And that one was not scored an error, was scored a hit. And it looks like a check swing there for Colt Keith. Yet another appeal.
Call it out.
A lot of those for today.
Yeah.
And he's going to get
a call strike.
Strike number 2 there. Count goes to 1 ball, 2 strike. Koshanowicz a little concerned with Javi at first. Javi does have the speed to get to second here, and it definitely will cause some confusion for no Kontrolowicz against Colt Keith. Count is 1-2. 79th pitch is on the way. Straight up, takes a huge hop off the mound over the shortstop. Javi is going to go into third without a throw. Runners on the corners. Colt Keith with an interesting single through the middle there with a little bit of help from the rubber.
Hey, keep the line moving, Tigers. You love how they're getting on base in this one. And this is a huge spot. No outs in this inning. A big chance to put some points on the board now that you have a runner in scoring position and somebody at first, man. Great job by the Tigers so far.
6 highest slugging percentage increases in the season. 3 of them are in the game today. Gleyber Torres at third plus 152. Let's see if he can slug this one here and get a couple of these guys in as a far outside slider is in for ball 1. Once again, no outs here. Runners on the corners for the Tigers. They seek to add some insurance runs to this 3-0 lead.
And I think they will.
Goddamn KG over there.
I'm a fan, man.
That's poked out to the right field there for an easy RBI single. That will get Colt over to third base as Torres in easily at first. Runners still at the corners. Tigers extend their lead to 4-0.
And look at the guys, man. They look happy. This is how you want to see this Tigers team, because like I said, morale's been low with this team, and they have a 5-game lead in the AL Central, so you do not want to see that type of baseball. These guys are getting after it today, and they are looking happy in that dugout.
Runners on the corners for the Tigers.
And we got the mound visit.
Mound visit for Koshanowitz. I'd be surprised to see him stay in this ball game at this point. But they got a couple of arms here. Now it's Carson Fulmer. Could be seeing him, but it looks like they're going to give Koshanowitz a chance to keep these earned runs for himself.
I'll take it. Leave a struggling pitcher out there, why don't you? Hey, I'm happy with it.
He's been flat out bad today.
Yeah. Tigers have gotten after him, man. And once again, it's from using good plate discipline, man, letting the pitcher, work and come to you, and they've been able to take advantage, man. You got to give a shout out to the boys. Yeah,
and the Tigers have not only been patient, but they've been accurate with their bats today. Timely hits, solid base running. They've been taking a little bit of chances, but they've put the onus on the Angels defenders to make the plays. We haven't seen even an attempt at an outfield assist yet for the Angels. Kerry Carpenter 1 for 1 on the day, steps up to the plate, takes a high slider for ball 1. KG is just crushing me today. He's crushing food in front of me. He's out there with the spoilers as well. I know you guys are watching ahead of us, but the outside pitch for Carpenter there as he lays off a second one and gets ahead of Koshanowitz 2-0. Certainly not what Skipper had dialed up after that mound visit.
No, absolutely not. And I'm sorry, man, but Kerry Bonds is at it again. We got a home run, 3-run shot. What an amazing hit that was by Kerry Bonds, man. 7-0. Detroit Tigers lead. This is what you wanted to see, man. Big spot, 2-0 pitch, and Kerry Bonds just crushes it again. Since he's been back, he has been the spark plug for this Tigers offense.
Yeah, it's huge. We saw him come into the game last night for Matt Vierling and not come up with the hit that we needed. But this is a timely dong. 3-run home run. Woo, Kerry Carpenter drives the Tigers lead to 7-0. This is exactly what this Tigers offense needed, KG.
And the Angels kind of deserve it, man. You leave a struggling pitcher out there, he hangs one right over the middle, and you don't want to do that, especially as a right-handed pitcher against one of the best right-handed hitters in the game right now, bro, and Kerry Carpenter, man. Shout out Kerry Bonds.
Huge
hit.
And I believe he's got a new deal with Savvy Sliders.
Hey, shout out. He's a savvy hitter, man. So I think that's a great endorsement. Look at Comerica Park. Fans are having a great day at the ballpark on a Sunday afternoon, man. Love to see it.
Yeah, a lot of them happy. That guy with the full hoodie jacket on, I'm not quite sure
right
where he's from, man.
That's how you know.
He must be from the equator.
Oh, man. That is great, man.
That'll be the end of Jack No Controlowitz.
Oh, yeah. He's out of there.
We will take a little break here from the action as the Angels dive into their bullpen. Listen, Tigers fans are nervous, and it's twofold. Mm-hmm. It's the relief pitching, and it's the bats. We haven't had to see our relief yet. That's a big thing. Mize has been great thus far, but the bats have been super patient, super timely, and now we're even seeing super big shots. Anytime that you can hit a 3-run home run with no outs, you're thinking you need to do that with 2 outs. But this team is really swinging the bat well today.
And this is looking like classic early season Tiger baseball for the Tigers today. And this is how they made their money. This is how they were able to have success early, being able to keep pressure on teams throughout a myriad of innings. And, throughout this stretch, we were seeing either the Tigers have no offense or they get all of their offense in a second inning or an 8th inning in a ball game. And that's not going to cut it, man. You have to be able to keep that foot on the gas for multiple innings. And you just like the approach that this Tigers offense has had, especially seeing the fact that they've been struggling and kind of their spirits have been down lately, man. And you know, baseball is a mental sport. It can get in your head when you get into these ruts, when you get into these streaks, but they continue to battle. And that's one reason why, even though, you know, the lead has been slipping, I'm somebody that's not ready to hit the panic button on this team just yet, because you need two things to happen, man. You need Cleveland to keep doing what they're doing and rise up, but the Tigers will have to fall. And every now and again, man, this Tigers team rises up and they give you something.
Carson Fulmer in the game, out of the bullpen for the Angels. He's up 0-2 on Riley Green as a changeup misses low for ball one. Count is at 1-2. Once again, 7-0 is the Detroit Tigers lead from Comerica Park. Trying to win the series here as they split the first two games. Riley takes a changeup, pops it up. Would have liked a little more trajectory, and a little different trajectory, should I say. And he goes down with an easy pop fly to center.
Yep, struggles continue for Riley Green, trying to make the most of that one. Got just a little bit too under it there, but hopefully he can find a way to shake out of the rut. I mean, I'll take solid contact over a strikeout any day, but he needs to get better contact and be able to square that ball up.
What up, though, with Detroit Gunny? Rest of the game is a get-right game for those that are struggling. No pressure. Just get some hits. I am down with that.
Tigers in the driver's seat right now, man. 7 runs already, kind of still early in this ball game. You love to see it, man. They just have to keep the pressure on.
Torkelson 1 for 2 on the day.
Let's go.
Takes an
can use a
outside
torque bomb right here.
Second ball, a little outside the action there. Fulmer got the first batter down easily. I don't think Torque will be quite as easy. Do kind of hate seeing Riley Green in that 4 spot as he's struggling to see the ball right now. But Torque has had a nice day. We'll see if he can't drive this 3-0 count into a 4-0 walk. And he does.
Love to see it.
And he does. Takes a low outside sinker. Tigers with a batter on first here, runner on first, 1 out. Next up, Z-Mac, Zach McKinstry. McKinstry has been a welcome and surprising addition. A 30-year-old first-time All-Star with the Tigers this year, and he has been a big difference maker.
And he's been able to keep that OPS up, and that's been the key for him. Defensively, you don't really worry about Zach McKinstry. Is he the best defender in the world? No, but he is somebody that is absolutely capable. They use him in that utility role all over the field, but it's all about his bat, man. If he can get that bat, consistently going like he has this year, you are seeing a better Zach McKinstry because of it.
Yeah, McKinstry 1 for 2 today as he smacks one foul down the right field line into the first few rows of fans. This would be a great hit here to extend this inning. Maybe add a few more. 0-2 is the count. Torque on first. Another foul ball here. Oh, this one might be playable. Oh,
just
Rengifo with the sliding attempt at that one. Went feet first into the wall there. It looks like he's all right. Maybe a little bit of a
little shaking up.
Little road rash on his right hand there. Looks as he slid with his hand down in the dirt.
Can't feel good, but at least those walls are a little bit padded. So
yeah.
Yeah.
Nice that he wasn't able to come up with that one.
But you will take it as a Tigers fan. 0-2, McKinstry in the hole here. Need him to be able to turn something.
McKinstry, the lefty, that smacks one that should be easily handled. Left fielder calls off the right fielder. That's center fielder, Teodosio with the easy out there. 2 down here in the bottom of the 4th. Tigers with a commanding 7-0 shutout going right now.
Yep. Dingler coming to the plate, 1-2 on the day. Good spot for him. Still got a man on first, man. Hopefully you can find a way to get him across, man. We'll love it here.
I like that hat. Where'd you get that?
Oh, shout out to Stick, man. But, our Woodward baseball, division that we have here at Woodward Sports, man. A lot of good people dedicated to our baseball side. Shout out Nick Kohloff, man, being the driving force behind that.
There you go. And there's the final out as Dingler pops out, and it's handled easily by the first baseman. But if you do want to get your hands on some of that Woodward merch, head on over to woodwardsports.com. Click on the shop, and you'll get a chance to check out all of the amazing merch that we have, some of the most creative Detroit sports where you can find. But, we talked about Javi. We didn't get a chance to see him there. He will be leading off, or actually Sweeney will be leading off. We'll get a chance to see him next time around. But let's take a quick look at Javi Baez and the year that he's having for the Detroit Tigers versus his career numbers.
Javi.
If you look there, his average, his OBP, and his OPS are all above his career average. And when you consider how far down he was as a Tiger his first few years here, what he's doing this year has been awesome. It's been a big part of the reason that this team has been so good. And at the end of it, you said it, this team goes as Javi goes.
Yeah, let's be honest about it. It was a low bar to clear for Javi Baez. We got to just be real about it. Shout out to Neil Rule, man. I've gone back and forth with Javi, with him. But ultimately, he was right last year. He was the worst everyday player in baseball in terms of OPS, in terms of not being a plus defender. And Javi's been able to turn a lot of that around this year, and I think it gives more credence to that hip injury, that we heard about in the offseason that he got work on. It does appear that maybe that was limiting him, and in a lot of ways, you've seen some of the changes that he's been able to make. Yes, he still swings at, ridiculous pitches outside, but if you look at just his mechanics, I think that his swing looks a little bit better, and he's been able to make better contact this year, on top of the fact that he's played a great center field. At times when they've asked him to play third, he's been great as well. What a resurgent year from Javi Baez, and it's something that this young Tigers team absolutely needed out of him. He is somebody that I've always said he's not going to live up to that contract, but the fact that you are getting this version of Javi this late into this contract, I think that's a good sign going forward, and hopefully he can keep it going.
Especially when everybody in Detroit wanted to buy him out
Yeah.
during the offseason.
Can't blame him.
Yeah, no doubt. But it's nice to have Javi back playing the way that he's playing as we kick off the top of the fifth here with a slurve outside missing against Christian Moore. Count is 1 ball, 0 strikes. Mize uncorks number 73 for a called strike. Nice sinker catching the bottom inside corner.
And Mize out there working still, man. I'm interested to see how far he goes now that he is in the fifth. If he can get a quick inning here, we might be able to see a little bit more of Casey Mize, and I wouldn't be mad at that today.
No, that would be fantastic to see him come out here for the sixth, but he's still got the fifth to get through, looking for his first out in the fifth. Count is up to 2 balls, 1 strike on second baseman Christian Moore. There's a called strike. Nice fastball clipping that lower corner.
And look at Anson being ahead of me now. Wow, a little bit of buffering, and you done caught up, man.
I went to my pirate site.
Oh, okay.
Sorry, FanDuel.
All right.
Shout out Stream East.
Yeah.
Man, I've dropped
Stream.
I've dropped Stream East so many times they probably should have a sponsorship package for us.
No, at this point.
And Moore smacks one to the first baseman for an easy out. Tigers get one down on the Angels here, top of the fifth.
Love to see it.
No doubt. As you see Joe Adele walking through the clubhouse yesterday with that LAFD hat on that they put on anybody from the Angels who scores it. We saw too much of that fireman's hat last night. Hopefully we don't see it at all today, as the first pitch to Teodoso looks like he hit him.
Yeah, he lost control of that one there. Not a pretty pitch. Got to be able to get that command.
So 1 out, 1 on here for Mize in the top of the fifth. That one
only reaches, a second free pass today. Second or third?
one on a walk and another one as he tags Teodoso on the left elbow there.
Yeah, thank God for that elbow pad.
Man, right? I'm saying you are not fooling with that. He had it in exactly the right position. Otherwise, he'd still be smarting from that one.
Yep, 77 pitches for Mize so far.
Yeah, well, this is where we'll see either the wheels fall off or this guy be able to help out the bullpen quite a bit. 1 out, 1 on. First pitch in the dirt, a slurve at 85 miles per hour for ball 1.
Yep. Let's get back on the board with a strike here.
Tigers pitchers top 10 in OPS allowed. Angels in the bottom half of OPS for their batters. Ooh, and a slider well outside of the zone, but Mize gets the call. Blue has been behind Mize today. That's at least the second pitch well outside of the strike zone that was called a strike for Mize against, this time, Zach Neto. That count goes to 1-1.
Thought that was an easy ball, not going to lie to you.
Absolutely should have been. Absolutely should have been. Third pitch to Neto. Doesn't happen as Mize flings it back to first to chase Teodosio back.
Yeah, keep an eye on that runner, man. They are desperate at this point, so trying to get runs any way they can.
Teodosio, the center fielder, does have the legs to get to second here.
Oh, you love to see it.
Neto with a smashing shot to the warning track. That'll be tracked down by Riley Green, and he's able to hold the runner at first. 2 down here. Mize put one out there that could have been trouble, but it was just missed by Neto.
Warning track power, but thankfully you got a guy like Riley Green out there able to make the play. And I think this Tigers defense, yet again, Casey Mize doing the damn job, and the fielding has been on point for this Tigers team as Casey Mize throws the next pitch. 89 on the gun, and it is foul. Ooh. Don't want to see that contact there, but good pitch to get ahead 0-1 in the count.
A lot of contact on that one. Shanwell got a lot of it, but was a little out ahead of it. Drove it foul to right field there. See what Mize can do to try and get out of this inning. I'm super curious, sitting at about to be pitch number 82, whether AJ is going to be willing to bring him back out for some work in the 6th here. 0-1 pitch on its way to Nolan Shanwell. Shanwell looks like he fouled that one off, or it might have gone off of his arm.
He's trying to argue that it hit him.
Yeah, he's arguing there. It looked like it hit the bat to me.
I thought it hit the bat too, and it looks like they're going to review it. Skipper's coming out of the dugout for the
Shanwell
Angels.
walking back, getting his bat from the bat boy. Now the Angels skip is coming out claiming that Shanwell was hit by it. That would be the second hit batter for Mize in the inning, but it seems as though the ump disagrees with the Angels skipper, and that will be good for a strike call.
Hey, love to see it. Definitely went around on that. And here's the replay. Oh yeah, that definitely hit his bat. But nice sell job by the batter there. Tried to get his case
wasn't
off.
even close.
Yeah, not even close at all. But hey, can't blame him for trying. You're down 7-0. So
yeah, it wasn't even close there. We've seen a lot of strange check swings draw contact today, but Shanwell trying to work the ump on that one. Next pitch is in the dirt, splitter for ball 1. Shanwell still behind in the count, 1-2 here, 2 outs, 1 man on. Tigers with that commanding 7-0 lead here. Mize trying to escape the 5th and hold his win in place.
Oh, that one's going back.
And this one smack deep right. This one might be yard, and it is gone. Mize looked like he didn't have the same control in this inning as a young man from Warren wearing a Tigers jersey is going to have a souvenir to take home. Not the kind that you really want, but not the kind that he's going to throw back. Shanwell gets the Angels on the board. Tigers lead 7-2.
It's crazy. We done did this whole broadcast. Didn't even realize the home run button that we have up there, but got to give him that one, man. That was a nice 2-run shot. And for Casey Mize, man, that is not what you want to see with only 2 outs in the inning. But I don't think we're going to see him for a 6 if this continues.
No, he needs to get out of this inning if we're going to see him again. But a solid 5-run lead at this point. So that helps. We'll see, though. That was a high fastball that Shanwell was able to take out of the field of play for that home run. But we see Mize come back and get a strike and then a ball here. 1-1 count against the future Hall of Famer
nice
Mike Trout. And first strike pitch, it looked like it was a little out of the zone there, but Trout, a patient hitter, lays off. Oh,
nah, he went.
He definitely went around on that, and they get a second called strike there. Looked like he might have checked it. High outside fastball there, even stings up at 2 balls, 2 strikes.
Yes, sir. Yes, sir. Big pitch here for Casey Mize. Got 2 strikes. You really need to get Mike Trout out here.
Yeah, pitch number 89 for Mize. Straight down the pipe, 96-mile-per-hour sinker. Trout just misses it, sends it foul behind the catcher here. Pitch number 90 for Mize. We certainly won't see him come back out for the 6th, but we'd like to see him walk off here with only 2 runs up on the board, holding in place what would be a great start for him.
Yeah, and you wonder who is going to come out of the bullpen for the Tigers, to try and hold this lead. I think it's going to be very important for whoever they send out to be able to get a couple innings in.
And he gets Trout right there with another sinker, 3 in a row, dialed up 96, 97, 98, and he gets him out with the strikeout.
Damn right.
Mize
what a day for Casey Mize.
Yes, he ends his day on a perfect note, striking out Mike Trout. He does get touched for 2 runs in the inning, but the Tigers remain on top from Comerica Park, 7-5. And, we got a lot of new programming here at Woodward Sports, starting off with Sean Belizean in the mornings with our buddy Maz. He joined me last night for the Tigers call. Then after that, of course, Big D Energy with none other than Mr. Neil Rule, the baddest man in Detroit, Darren McCarty, and an absolute legend in Terry Foster. After that, from 2 to 4, we got the Braylon Edwards Show with Matt Shepard, followed up by the heavyweights. But let's head on over and see a little more from us here at Woodward Sports. Shout out to Les Stanford, Buick GMC, huge inventory, awesome deals on their 2025 models. So head on over to Les Stanford and check them out. Big shout out as well to the Massage Chair House, the largest massage chair showroom in Michigan. Venn Johnson Law as well. If you need justice in your life, you need Venn Johnson Law. You can check them out over at venlaw.com.
Stop searching for a vehicle and start finding one. Les Stanford Chevrolet Cadillac makes it easy. We harness the power of multiple dealerships and own the biggest selection of GM brands in the area to get you the car you need. With the Les Stanford Group, you'll have access to 4 different dealerships, providing you with more makes, more models, and more choices. We're connected to more than 1,000 vehicles. And with so many high-quality CPO vehicles available, you'll find new car quality at pre-owned prices. You can start and end your search at lesstanford.com today.
Shout out to Les Stanford Chevrolet as we return here for the bottom of the 5th. Trey Sweeney going up against Carson Fulmer, who's out for his 2nd inning of work here. Sweeney 1 for 2 on the day. Tigers once again ahead 7-2. Second pitch is a called strike to even the count at 1-1.
Yeah, definitely interested. If you're in the chat, man, make sure you're dropping your thoughts on what you're seeing from the Tigers today and just overall outlook, man. We will try to read some of those comments as they go, but great start by the Tigers today. Just really hope they can bring this one home. You cannot give up a lead like this, man. So
Sweeney stays away from a low sinker that could have been called a strike. Fulmer didn't like it, but Blue stuck it, and it was a second ball there. This one outside, big cut at it, sends it foul, evening things up at 2-2. Love to see Sweeney keep it going here with the second hit of the day.
No, Sweeney's look fairly good today. You like some of the approach that he's taking. He's not going to be able to turn everything, but you do like that he's at least giving himself a chance out there, man. So shout out to Trey Sweeney. Looks good so far.
It's got to feel good to leave Toledo for Detroit as he follows off another high fastball there.
There we go, 2-2 count.
Got to be such an adjustment seeing AAA pitching and then all of a sudden stepping up to the major leagues. But Sweeney's done a great job today after the call back up. He is in the Tigers lineup as Matt Vierling was moved to the 10-day IL with an oblique strain. Sweeney lays off a slider there, drawing the full count.
Yep. Fulmer up to 18 pitches already.
Tigers have been patient today at the plate, and they've battled when they've had to. And Sweeney does battle here, following yet another one off. Count stays full at 3-2, bottom of the 5th.
Change up right there, was able to make some contact on it, thankfully.
Yeah, definitely seeing the ball well today. Next pitch is outside for ball 4. Sweeney
Great at-bat.
reaches yet again. A
Great
fantastic at-bat.
No, this is exactly what you want to see from somebody like Trey Sweeney, man. Still young in the game, but this is what you need, man. You have Javi in the 9 hole, capable of making something happen. With Werner's in scoring position, it seems like. So, got a guy at first. Let's see if he can get him across.
Absolutely. Well, the call was for Riley to get 2 hits today from Nick, but I think that was a little more hopeful, maybe.
Yeah.
But Riley has not been swinging the ball or the bat very well. Baez looking for his second hit of the day as he gets a tough pitch to lay off of for a called strike. A great, great pitch from Fulmer there.
Yeah, he wouldn't be able to do much with that regardless.
No, sir. No, sir. Fulmer, 23rd pitch on the way. Definitely a strike, but it's called a ball. I'd be frustrated if I was Carson right now.
Yeah, no, the Angel strike zone today has been all over the place thanks to that umpire. I would not be happy if I'm an Angel, but you will take that as a Tiger, man.
No doubt about it. Next pitch to Baez inside. He smacks that to short. This could be turned for 2, and it does.
Damn.
Javi takes the bait and smacks the ball right into the double play. Angels get 2 outs in the bottom of the 5th.
Hey, quick inning for them so far, man. But hopefully you can make something happen even with 2 outs. But, hey, I'll take it, man. At least they making that pitcher work a little bit.
And a very cute purple glove for Zach Neto at shortstop.
At least he's not painting his nails, right?
Hey, shout out Catfish Caleb. I heard they're playing today.
Yeah, I was listening to some of that on the way in, man.
He is not a good quarterback.
No, not at all. And neither is their backup.
First pitch there for a ball. And we're back to the top of the order. It is Colt Keith, one for 2 today, with a single, a walk, and a run as he takes strike 1 fastball.
A lot of guys at least getting a knock today. You like to see that, man.
Yeah, Fulmer's got to be happy getting that one back. That one's certainly not in the zone, but a called strike.
Yep. Cole Keith with a walk, single, and run today, so shout out to him.
This one off the plate for a ball. And we see some action as Tommy Canley working in the bullpen. We'll probably see him come out for the top of the 6th.
Whew. That's going to bring up a lot of conversation in the chat, man. Canley has been struggling, man. He seems to have lost that changeup that was so famous for him, but hopefully he can get off to a good start today.
How do you lose the only pitch you have?
It's hard. It's hard to tell, man. A lot of things go into it. He's pressing out there trying to make things happen, but I still think he is a very, very talented relief pitcher, and he just needs some good juju to go his way.
Yeah, and Canley, who was a guy that was a high leverage guy or a 9th inning guy for the Tigers early on in the season, we're about to see come out in the 6th inning. So hopefully that changeup can confuse some of the Angels. We'll be right in the heart of their order, so you're a little worried about that as Colt Keith goes down swinging for strike number 3.
Nasty
Inning
swing.
number 5 is in the books. Tigers continue to lead the Angels. The 7-run lead is down to 5, 7-2 as we head into the top of the 6th. I'd like to take a look at one of the prospects in the Tigers farm system that no one is talking about. He is at, I want to say AAA with the Toledo Mud Hens, and I'm talking about none other than Eduardo Valencia. Birdie's going to bring up his stats from the minor leagues. It's MILB.com. But Eduardo Valencia hit for the cycle this week.
Hey, shout out to him, man. That's a huge thing to get. Even though it's minor leagues, you like to see that out of your young prospects, man. That is nice.
Yeah, absolutely. And we'll dive in a little bit later with some other prospects, courtesy of our Tigers insider, Nick Kohloff. But this Eduardo Valencia guy has really been crushing the ball. We'll show you his numbers here. 876 OPS, over 300 average, showing some power. Not a speed guy, but yet another catcher for this Detroit Tigers team. Playing as well as he is and as well as Jose Burseño's been playing, it really makes me scratch my head. Why didn't the Tigers move Lorenzo for a big bat?
I mean, it's hard to tell. I think Scott Harris did make the calls, but it also takes two to tango, and just maybe these other teams weren't interested in the type of prospect that you are offering. But I mean, it's hard to tell. But I mean, the Tigers are in the position that they are right now, and you may not like the method that they used at the trade deadline, but I really think Scott Harris was working within the confines that he was allowed to work within. A lot of conversation as to whether Chris Ilitch is interfering with him or not, and I think the biggest case in point for that could be the Red Wings if you look at how they're being run right now. But it is what it is, man, and he was able to go out there and at least try to shore up some of the guys in your bullpen and shore up some of those arms. So I think that was the biggest deficit that the Tigers were struggling with, and hopefully that method works, man. We've seen some good and some bad out of some of the guys they've brought in already.
Quick glimpse there of all of Mize's strikeouts. He did some great work through 5, but Hinch will turn things over to Canely, and he starts things off with a fastball.
Good to see.
A nice 93-mile-per-hour fastball high up inside on the zone for a called strike
and
one.
He needs that fastball to get going, man, because that's how you play off of the changeup. So he absolutely has to have that fastball working as well as that changeup, and maybe change that eye level of some of these hitters.
Yep, and the changeup is taken for a ride there to the warning track by last night's serial swatter, Taylor Ward, but this one is handled easily by Karp in right field. One down here in the top of the 6th.
Scared me a little bit there. I'm not gonna lie to you, but this is what I mean, man. If you get that fastball going, you're locating it in good spots on the inside, and then hit people with that changeup. Maybe you can get more out of that changeup this go around. But good start. Off to a good start. Got out already. So,
and that's what they needed
Thank
from him.
God.
Joe Adell up next, and he'll take a changeup outside for ball 1.
Need that located a little bit better.
Tigers bullpen hopefully coming through today. They'll get a great opportunity to hold a 5-point lead. Canely, this one over the plate, smacked foul, evens the count up at 1-1.
Yep, 88-mile-per-hour change up there. Was able to get it fouled off.
Canely, I'm a little speechless right now because I'm a little worried. I imagine Comerica Park is collectively holding their breath right now.
Gasping.
If we could get Canely through this inning, it'd be great. Here's another pop-up. This one deep right field again near the warning track, but this will be handled once again by Kerry Carpenter.
That's a quick 2.
2 straight to Kerry. You don't like seeing them get that much bad on it, but that changeup does seem to fool the guys just enough to be able to pop out quite often, or at least a lot early on in this season.
And as long as he's not hanging those changeups over the middle of the plate, he's not going to get in too much trouble. So I think that's really where the problems have been for him. When he hangs that changeup, it's fair game. It's open season. So.
A good shot of the proud, steely blue eyes of Casey Mize as he sits on a 5-run lead here. There's a big cut from Rengifo. Got him fooled with that changeup, strike 1.
That's how you want to execute that changeup, man.
Sir.
You see how it just drops off the table like that. Nice, man.
Rengifo.
Only 6 pitches for Canely, man.
Had the shot last night into the outfield deck and the fans for a home run. He's 0 for 2 today, though. Here's a shot into right field. This one's going to get down. The shift was on hard left. It's going to take Carpenter a while to get up to this. He might make it to third. Throw comes in. Yep. Relay over to third. It's not going to be. Oh, they hold him up at second.
Oh, okay, cool.
So standing double for Luis Rengifo, his 14th of the season. Canely finds himself once again in a little bit of a spot with 2 outs here and a runner in scoring position.
You were able to get 2 quick outs, so I won't sweat him too much for this, but you have to get out of this inning in a good fashion, and thankfully he wasn't able to get to third on that because I thought he could have easily had a standing triple, but you keep him to second. That's good. Let's just limit the damage and get this next guy out.
Yeah, definitely could have been a standing triple, but the Angels want to hold on here. I think they feel they have a shot against Canely as he's given up 3 hard hit balls to right field. First 2 were handled by Carpenter, second one down for that double we just saw. First pitch here is laced out to left field for a single. That should hold the runner will
he's
score.
Coming home on that for
so
sure.
Canely 4 well-hit balls from Canely here. We got lucky on the first 2. The Angels got lucky on the next 2. Ohapi with the RBI single to left field here. Rengifo, no problem scoring from second.
Yep, 7-3 Tigers, and like I said, I'm not completely upset, but you have to limit the damage. You cannot let this boil over because you're not as far ahead as you think you are. Only a 4-run game now. Very, very achievable for the Angels if they can, keep the line moving.
1 on, 2 out here, top of the 6th. That lead down to 4, 7-3. First pitch is a changeup from Canely to Christian Moore.
He was able to get it in there a little bit too high, though.
Yeah, that hung up there a little ways, but it looked like Moore was taking the whole way. So Canely gets away with one. He's a ripped pitcher. You'd think that he'd have a fastball on him, but he does prefer that changeup here. Pitch number 10 is a changeup that clipped the plate, but he gets robbed of a strike there, even in the count up at 1-1.
That's just what the skip's been giving you today. Majority on the Angel side, but you got to live and die with the ump, and he calls that one there. I thought that was in.
Yeah, should have been a called strike 2 there. Counts even 1-1. Christian Moore takes a shot. This one gets to the third baseman, handled, and a rocket, absolute rocket.
Beautiful.
From McKinstry to get the third out. Tigers escape with just a little damage done. 1 run.
Good play by Z-Mac scooping that right there. That could have easily gotten to the gap.
No doubt. 1 run on the Shanuel. No, was that Shanuel that scored him? Or was it, yeah. Shanuel scored Neto, I believe, on that one. Or no, I'm sorry. It was Ohapi that scored the Rengifo on the single RBI there. So Tigers lead down to only 4 runs. We are headed to the bottom of the 6th. So let's take a moment. Let's take a look around the league. Royals in Minnesota, they are deadlocked at 3 in the top of the 9th. Orioles tied up with the Athletics as well, 1 apiece in the bottom of the 7th. Reds over the Pirates in Pittsburgh, 7-4 right now. Braves leading the Marlins at home in the 7th inning, 3-1 from Atlanta. Yankees getting shut out at home by the Astros, 4-0. Of course, our Tigers are up 7-3. White Sox with a commanding 5-1 lead on the Guardians in Chicago. A huge game that I know the Tigers brass has an eye on right now. Brewers losing at home, getting doubled up by the Mets, 6-3. Rangers doubling up the Phillies from Texas, 2-1. And games still left on the slate to 4 o'clock. Natties, Giants, Rockies, D-backs, Sox, Padres, Rays, Mariners, Blue Jays, Dodgers, and your national game for your Sunday night will be from St. Louis as the Cubs head in to take on the Cardinals.
And you talked about that Guardians game. It'd be nice if you can pick up some ground back the other way. So definitely keeping an eye on that game right there. And hopefully the Tigers can get out of here with a dub on a relatively good day so far, man. I've liked what I've seen. Although the Angels have gotten 3 runs, I mean, the positions they've gotten them in haven't been the most advantageous. So I think they've done a good job on the bump today, as well as getting those bats to wake up, bro.
Yeah, here we go with the box score. We'll take a look at what the batters have done thus far today for the Tigers. Colt Keith 1 for 3, Torres 1 for 2, Carpenter 2 for 2, Green 1 for 3, Torque 1 for 2, McKinstry 1 for 3, Dingler 1 for 3, Sweeney 1 for 2, and Javi Baez hitless thus far at 0 for 3 as KG hides his face, smashing breakfast burritos. And we see a young fan there from Adrian fanning herself with her backwards Tigers hat on. It looks like Carson Fulmer will come in for a 3rd inning as he sends an inside strike or an inside sinker for a strike. Should have been a called ball there. It was outside the zone.
And Glaber down 0-2 already. Sorry to jump ahead, but he's in the hole early, man. You would like to see some insurance runs this inning if you can get them.
Yeah, it seems as though the umpires lost focus these last couple innings as he's missed quite a few balls and strikes. We'll see if he can tighten his game up, and as we hope that Torres can do as well as he takes a ball in the dirt there.
Yeah, bad slider.
Yeah. Count is 1 ball, 2 strikes.
33 pitches for Fulmer already, man. In relief.
Fulmer working the middle innings here for the Angels after Koshanowicz got chased early. Torres hoping to get on base yet again, a guy that has been living on base for the Tigers even through their slump.
He ain't go. There we go.
Even the count up at 2-2. He's going to take another ball low. They check over at first. Said he didn't go around on the check swing here. Full count.
Hey, it'd be nice if you can get him on base right here. Big spot.
Yeah, nice check swing there. Nice check swing. 3-2 pitch. Payoff pitch on the way. Low. Tried to frame it. Ohapi unsuccessful. Great at bat.
Yep, the patience yet again showing strong for the Tigers, man. Great at bat for Gleyber Torres, man. And you are putting pressure on that reliever. They're going to have to get somebody else in here soon if this continues.
No doubt about it. Kerry Carpenter up. First pitch to him is outside for a ball.
Oh, you know they ain't coming in.
That's right.
2 for 2 on the day with a big 3-run shot earlier in the ball game.
No doubt. Since returning from IL, hitting .382 over 12 games with 5 home runs, 13 RBIs, and nearly a 1,400 OPS as he sends a second pitch foul.
He is swinging for the fences, you can tell.
He is looking to score again here.
Yeah, we'll love it, man. You can get a big insurance run here from him.
Carp trying to keep the heat going. As we've seen since he's returned from IL, it takes an inside four-seamer for ball 2.
Good patience.
Absolutely. Tiger bats looking very patient this inning.
Yep. Four-seamer there from Fulmer.
2 for 2 today.
On the way.
2 for 2 for today for Carpenter. He's got the double and the home run. Halfway to the cycle. This one looks like it's going to be popped up and an easy play as the center fielder tracks it. No problem for Teodosio.
Take it. You put pressure on him that inning, so still got one out and a man on. So I think the Tigers are in good position here.
Carp wanted more than that. He
Oh,
was
of course.
swinging for the fences. Didn't get enough wood on it there.
Just a little bit under. He got under it too much.
Next up to bat will be Riley Green, searching for his first hit of the game.
Boy, could he use a hit right here.
Certainly could. Oh, no, he does have a hit today.
No,
So
he does, but
1 for 3 today, so a hit here would go.
It would make his day look a lot better.
No doubt.
2 for 4 looks a lot better than 1 for 3.
Carpenter, wait, did this?
Oh, he's still out there.
Why is he still out there? Did they just reset the broadcast or something?
Yeah, that may be. It may be us because I'm seeing the same play over here.
Riley Green, 2-run home run.
Hey!
And Riley Green has just cashed the Caesars best bet. Shout out to our Tigers insider, Nick Kohloff. He told you before the game Riley Green was going to get 2 bags today. Oh, he got a lot more than that. He's 2 for 4 on the day. 2-run shot pushes the Tigers lead to 9-3 and gets that monkey off of Riley's back.
Man, what a hit there for Riley Green, man. And you see the guys in the dugout embracing him, smile on his face. That's when Riley Green's at his best, man. And once again, the chemistry for this Tigers team seems like it's starting to pick up a little bit, and that's what you wanted. Good momentum, good feelings in that dugout. And, man, what a timely hit there to pretty much – I don't want to say put the game away, but this puts you in a lot better position to put this game away.
And looking beyond today's game, Riley Green going yard is crucial. Now Torkelson, 2-0 count here. He takes a low fastball, just clips the bottom of the zone to drive the count to 2 balls, 1 strike. But to see these guys as patient at the plate as they have been today, I hope that that's a trend we see going forward.
No, absolutely, man. And 2-0 count here, but
2-1 count. He fouls that one away, drives it to 2-2. Fulmer getting touched now. I think this will be the last inning that we see from him if he's able to escape it.
oh, yeah, big facts. He's already been out there too long, if you ask me.
Yeah.
44 pitches, giving up a big home run. Don't want to see that if you're the Angels, but you love to see it as a Tiger.
Riley
Let's
Green
go.
wasn't mad about it as Torque pops this one out to first base for out number 2. But 2 are down, but 2 are up on the board. Tigers add to their 7-3 lead to the tune of 9-3, 6-run lead as we see Rafael Montero, a guy we just talked about warming up in the bullpen.
Yeah.
We should see him out for the top of the 7th after Canely gave up 1 run in the 6th. But through 6 innings, only 3 runs, 2 to the starter Mize, 1 to Canely. Tigers pitching looking solid today. Fulmer with another gracious strike from the umpire there on the first pitch to Zach McKinstry. 2 outs, bottom of the 6th.
Yep. But
another one outside there evens the count up at 1-1.
Yeah, so I mean, if Montero's coming on, that's a huge spot for him. He has to be able to execute. Because once again, you don't want this lead to shrink. You're in a very, very good position right now. 6 runs should be enough to get you the ball game, but what he does when he comes out is going to be crucial.
McKinstry fouls another one off, falls behind 1-2. Fulmer's been pretty darn good aside from that home run he gave up to Riley. Here's a shot. This one might stay in play. No, it's just in the front row there along the left field line. McKinstry stays alive with the foul.
Yep, keep battling, keep competing up there. He's protecting the plate right now, but hopefully he can turn something here.
Two out. 1-2. McKinstry 1 for 3 on the day. Takes an outside change up for ball 2. Evens the count up.
A little bit ahead of me.
Fulmer readies. Catcher takes a big step outside, and that's where the pitch was. Great location. Got the swinging strike. Yeah. McKinstry goes down, but not before the damage in the 6th inning is done. Riley Green, 2-run home run. Tigers up 9-3. We talked about some of the prospects in the Tigers farm system. We talked about Eduardo Valencia, a guy that really nobody has heard of, but there are some prospects on the top of the Tigers list that our Woodward Tigers insider, Nick Kohloff, had a few things to say about earlier in the week on Woodward Sports.
2 of the brightest stars in all of baseball will take the field tonight, but it won't be on a major league diamond. The Detroit Tigers have a day off, but taking their place is the 2 superstars that are down in Double-A in Erie. Kevin McGonigal, the number 6 prospect in all of baseball, the shortstop, hitting .338, the best contact skills in the minor leagues. Shortstop right now. People are saying you're going to have to move him over to second base. I don't see it. He has the instincts at shortstop. I love his intuition on the field. I think he can get the job done. He turned a nasty double play the other night, but his .338 average is what it's all about. The best contact in all of baseball. He's going to be splitting the gap in Comerica Park for years to come. Max Clark is going to play in the big leagues for a very long time. The number 10 prospect in all of baseball and number 2 in the Tigers organization has elite speed. He has an elite cannon. He has an elite hit tool. All we're worried about Max is the power, but he's been picking it up since he got to Double-A. This year, he has a .287 average to go along with an .864 OPS. He's got 16 doubles, 5 triples, 9 home runs, 73 walks to just 69 strikeouts. This Tiger team didn't move off of these top prospects for a reason. They think they're going to be future superstars. Let's see it tonight as they showcase it against the Richmond Flying Squirrels.
That clip from Thursday talking about Max Clark, McGonigal. There's so much help on the way down in the farm system for this Detroit Tigers franchise. Every single one of our minor league teams is playing over 500 baseball. So absolutely exciting stuff for the future of this franchise as Kiter Montero toes the mound here. First pitch, top of the 7th. The 4-seam fastball. This one popped up, going to be handled easily at third base by McKinstry. 1 pitch, 1 down. Nice start.
Yes, absolutely, man. It's imperative Montero has a quick inning here, I believe. So,
and we see some fans now from North Carolina bringing in a Benetti poster, best in the biz, and man, we are blessed to have Jason Benetti in town calling Tigers games, as Montero will face the top of the order and Zach Neto for the Angels. First pitch is a slider taken for a strike.
All right.
Love that.
No, absolutely.
Montero, as we mentioned earlier in the broadcast, struggled his first time out in a Tigers uniform, but last night locked down 1.2 innings with only one hit, no earned runs. Would love to see him operate just as clean here in the top of the seventh. He'll be facing the top of the order here. Neto, 1 for 3 on the day. This splitter low and outside, taken for ball 2.
All right.
That'll be followed up by Shanuel and then Trout if they can get a runner on board safely. One out already was on Bryce Teodosio as Neto fouls this one off, evening the count up at 2 balls and 2 strikes.
Okay. Love to see that.
Love to see the fans having a great time at the ballpark. The drama and excitement has returned to Comerica Park. It's been a long, long time since Tiger fans had something to root for. Obviously, the miraculous run at the end of last season and the great run to start this year. Tigers in control of the Central Division, but it's not heavy control. It's a 5-game lead right now, and a quick look over to the Guardians game. They're in the top of the 6th now, trailing the White Sox 5-1. So things are looking good in Chicago right now as Montero throws a payoff pitch, and that one's fouled away by Neto. He stays alive with the 3-2 count, 1 out.
No, big at bat for him here. Hopefully he can get that man down. But so far, good start, man, to the 7th. And let's keep that traffic off the base paths.
Next pitch, outside, framed nicely. Tried to bring it back inside, but not enough as Montero issues a free base to Zach Neto. That's going to bring up Nolan Shanuel. We'll be looking for that double play ball because you'd hate to see Trout come up with one or both of these guys on base.
Yeah, and this is where Montero can get in a little bit of trouble here. Hopefully he doesn't let that go to his head, but still has a chance, like you said, to get that double play ball, get out of this inning pretty quick. Not bad work from him so far, but he needs to be a little bit better here.
Righty on lefty matchup here with Nolan Shanuel taking the first pitch for a strike. 95-mile-per-hour fastball. Nice location on it as well. Shanuel been solid today. 2 for 3 with that 2-run home run as well as a single. He'd love to do some damage here and bring in another run for the Angels. This one smacked to second base. Double play ball, and they turn it. Tigers get out of the inning. Montero with a 9-pitch, no-run, top of the 7th. Montero looking good as a Tigers reliever.
Hey, this is what you want to see out of him, man. And once again, I can't sweat the method that the Tigers used at the deadline, man. They addressed a position of need with this team. We all said they needed arms. We all said they needed multiple arms. And they did it by volume, man. And you're going to get something out of some of these guys by taking that approach. And you love what you're seeing out of Montero so far in this game, and especially in that last game, man. He looked a lot better.
Pitching's been good. The accuracy and location of the pitchers has been good. Bats have been even better.
No, absolutely.
But it's a 7th-inning stretch, and we like to have a little bit of fun in between the 7th. So there's a debate that's been going on. You've been part of it, and it's really only Maz that believes this.
Of course.
But I'll tell you what. There's statistics to back Tom Mazaway up because he says that you can't say Shohei is better than Babe Ruth.
And why can't you?
Well, through their first 674 games, Babe Ruth had 159 home runs. Shohei had 160. Win-loss record of 35-18 through the first 455 innings pitched compared to Shohei's 35-19 through the first 455 innings pitched. I would dare you to come up with a more exact career comparison of two players over that large of a sample size, my friend.
No, I mean, great numbers by the.
You're surprised to see that, weren't you?
No, I was, man. Of course, great numbers by the great Gambino, but I really think Shohei is just something different. We haven't seen anything like him. And I do think the eras of baseball absolutely matter when you have this argument. I almost hate that this argument does happen because it was just a different game back then. I mean, who was Babe Ruth really playing against in this era of baseball? Like a lot of milkmen, a lot of guys smoking cigarettes in the dugout. So not trying to discredit him, but I'm just saying.
When he played, no one cared about football. No one cared about basketball. No one cared about hockey. If you were growing up in the United States, you were playing baseball. True. Period. Now, that being said, how many times you been out on a blacktop hoops court and seen some heavy scrub come in, get picked last, and dominate?
I mean, you don't see it often.
No, but it's real, man. It happens, and I gotta give a shout out to Tom Mazaway because as I watch Shohei, it's harder and harder to compare him to anyone. But that comparison we just saw there, pretty unbelievable.
But once again, we just talking about bats. I mean, the way Shohei does it from the other side of the plate, you got to give him credit for that. We haven't seen
Babe Ruth done the same damn thing, KG.
I mean, true, but my man Shohei out here striking out like 8 some odd batters and then going and hitting a couple bombs. Like, and I think this era of baseball really matters because it's more analytical. You have better pitching talent than I'm sure you had back then. I just think there's a lot of factors that go into that. But for what we are seeing today, I have to give Shohei that edge, at least for me. I didn't see Babe.
What if you gave Babe Ruth PEDs and a workout routine and a dedicated trainer?
I mean, maybe things would be a little bit different. He was out there knocking them drunk, but
I know.
Yeah, but you say, are you accusing Shohei of using performance enhancers?
No,
is that what I'm hearing right now?
I mean, I'll accuse him of using an in between better.
No, yeah, he definitely did that. Shout out to his homeboy, man.
That's right, a raw deal that guy got. But we're back here, bottom of the 7th. Dirk Dingler up against Carson Fulmer, who comes out for his 4th inning. He's been pretty solid aside from that home run he gave up. Dingler takes a big cut at a second pitch there, evening things up at 1-1.
Yeah. I love how we keep jumping back and forth to who's ahead and who's not.
Yeah, I'm trying to stay ahead of you, my friend. I'm trying to stay ahead of you, man, friend.
I think I'm kind of ahead again.
Dingler with the foul off there puts the count at 1-2.
Come on, Dingler. Shout out Kool-Aid is one of his favorite players. The Dingle Bang is what he's looking for.
Dingle Bang.
Yeah.
There's a low fastball taken for ball 2. Evens things up at 2-2.
4-seam fastball right there. Fulmer, 56 pitches in a relief effort. The only reliever we've seen so far.
There's a smack out to center field, but it's handled. Dingler put some wood on it, but not quite enough. 1 down here in the bottom of the 1st. Carson Fulmer continues to somewhat cruise aside from the 2-run shot.
Yep. Game moves along here.
And Sweeney, your guy, back up to the plate. Only 1 for 2 today. He's drawn a walk, and he has been very patient at the plate. He's battled and been patient, and we've seen that from the majority of the Tigers' bats today. Something that, again, we were begging for as he takes ball 1. Yeah,
good sign for him in today's game. Still has some work to do, but so far you like what he's giving you. And getting a little bit of confidence from Trey Sweeney, man. Hopefully he can keep this going because they need any type of positive bat they can get at the bottom of that order.
Great pitch there, low fastball, catches the zone, evening things up at 1-1. Fulmer with his 60th pitch. This pops Sweeney up. This one should be handled easily by Rengifo.
Shout out the Wizard of Oz 511 in the chat. Dirk Dingler is a porn name, and I'm sticking to it.
Yes, it is. Pretty close to Dirk Diggler.
For sure.
Dirk Diggler was. You ever seen that?
No. I'm not in the market of watching people named Dirk
Boogie
Diggler.
Nights? You ever seen Boogie Nights?
I've seen some of it. I don't think I've seen the whole movie before. That's the one John Travolta, right? Is that Boogie Nights? Hey, what? That is a 70s movie. You got to forgive me, man.
No, it is not. It's Marky Mark. It's a 2000s movie. It's a 21st century movie, my friend.
Oh, excuse me.
Birdie, you seen it? All right, it must be a white
you're talking
thing.
to the wrong
Must
crowd
be a
here.
white thing.
Yeah. Shout out Boogie Nights, man.
You should see it. Boogie Nights, and it's Dirk Diggler is the guy's name.
Oh, that's hilarious. Dirk Diggler.
Which is a porn name, and Dirk Dingler, pretty close, although he sounds not quite as large. Let's head back to the game with a large pause. Baez at the plate, 1-1, takes a nasty cut at a sinker blown by him. And Baez, really the only dark spot in the lineup today.
Yeah, but his glove defensively has been good. I will take it because more times than not, you already know what Javi's going to do up there. But we'll take any type of positive offense you can get from him. And as long as his defensive glove is working on it, I don't care.
And here's one. This should get down. And that is going to be fair into
Let's
the
go.
left corner. Oh, no, they call that foul. I thought that hit the line.
Look good.
I think Baez did too. Let's take a closer look here. Ooh, that is so close as you watch the ball boy get out of the way. Let's take one more look from a reverse angle. And that definitely out by about an inch. That would have been a extra base hit there for Javi, something he could have used today. But fortunately, without Javi going, the Tigers are still going. The offense to the tune of 9 runs so far. We're in the bottom of the 7th from Comerica Park. Tigers lead the Angels in Game 3, 9-3. 2 outs here. 1-2 pitch is outside for a slider taken for ball 2. Evens things up at 2-2. Fulmer continues to plug away.
Yeah, and the fact that they leaving him out there, man, I think that says a lot. They do not want to expend any more arms, man, if they can help it. So
high fastball.
The Tigers kind of got to force the issue there and make them take this guy out.
Yeah, Baez takes a high fastball there. I would imagine that you're going to see a low slider away here on the 3-2 count. And it's a curveball low, but not away. Baez gets a little bit of wood on it. The skipping throw to first is in time. Baez hitless on the day as we finish the bottom of the 2nd, heading into the top of the 8th here. We'll see if Rafael Montero comes out again after only 9 pitches in the top of the 7th. But let's take a look at that best bet update again.
Yeah.
Because our Woodward Tigers insider, Nick Kohloff, dialed this up for you at the beginning of the game. He said Riley Green with 2 bases. You see the bet over there, plus 115. If you took that bet, you cashed. I hope that you were on Caesar Sportsbook, taking advantage of that Woodward 1000 match. In case you don't win your first bet, they will match it. But great call from our insider.
No, and I think it was more so him being a fan. Shout out to my boy Microwave
did say
Nick.
that.
Yeah, he was really hoping Riley would come through today, and to his credit, he's been able to do that. You love to see Riley get out of this slump, man, and what a better way to do it than a 3-run shot that really put this game out of reach at this point.
Yeah, no doubt. I believe just a 2-run shot for Riley, but a huge deal for him. And I think the thing that Nick really wanted early on in the game was for this team to get after Jack Koshanowicz. Jack, no Controlowicz, Koshanowicz. And you saw Riley get a hit from him, which is what Nick had ordered up. And then he gets that home run, a clutch home run, because, well, a 4-point lead isn't quite as safe feeling as a 6-run lead is right now, as we've seen our bullpen purge some runs late in games.
Yeah, and this was a really good showing for the offense, and it gives you more confidence going forward, knowing that they can stretch runs across multiple innings. And I think the patient approach has really helped this team today, and it's something that I hope they carry on through these next ball games coming up. You got some favorable matchups. You're going against the White Sox. You're going against the Twins. You look like you're going to get a series win here, which is a good sign. This is just what you need to, get back on the bandwagon of the Tigers, man. A lot of people have jumped off. I don't think you should jump off just yet, man. The Tigers still got a little bit left in the tank.
Yeah, and Montero's got a little bit left in the tank as they march him out there for the 8th inning as well. First pitch is a called strike on Mike Trout. Good start for Montero here. He got in and out of the 7th with no issues, 9 pitches. Pitch number 11 is a high fastball for ball 1. We're even at 1 ball, 1 strike.
Hey, so far so good, and this is a really, really crucial inning, seeing that Montero was left out there. You think we see Finnegan in the ninth?
I not if this 6-run lead holds. It'd be interesting to see who they bring out there, but I think
Maybe Will Vest. Do we get a Will Vest?
I think Will Vest is the guy that we will see. Somebody that they have some confidence in, but I do believe, and I said this the day that we traded for him, Kyle Finnegan is the Tigers' playoff closer as Montero uncorks pitch number 13, good for a strike, evening the count up at 2-2 on Trout.
Love to see it. But no, I totally agree with you. I think the Kyle Finnegan move was probably the best of all of the arm moves that you went out and made. I do like the Charlie Morton move, but of course we all know 41 years old, prehistoric, in a lot of people's eyes.
Oh my goodness. A fastball on the high side of the zone there absolutely should have been a called strike. None of that ball was outside of the zone.
Wow.
Surprised that you're not hearing any chirping from the Tigers side there. Should have been the oh my goodness, a check swing on a high strike, and looked like he went around on that one as well. Oh
Should
no,
be a strikeout.
he did hold that one back, but should have been a strikeout on the pitch before. Trout draws the high heat ball 4, takes first base. You don't like to see that start here. Montero, no out, 1 on, as he takes on Taylor Ward, hoping to do some damage like he did last night. Takes first pitch for a strike.
Gotta get out of this inning, man, clean, man. You do not want to give up any runs if you can help it. But let's try and keep that down, man. You got a guy on the base paths now. Hopefully Montero can keep his composure.
Yeah, Ward 4 for 23 against the Tigers this season. 3 of those hits came last night. Today he's 0 for 2, did draw a walk in the 4th. We could really use a ground ball here.
No, it's say the least, man. A double play is just what the doctor ordered in this spot.
Seeing a lot of handheld fans at the stadium there. Another nice pitch, a wild, slippery splitter right there from Montero. Moved all over the zone and clipped the inside of it for ball or strike number 2 there. Ward looked surprised on that one. Definitely fooled.
Gotta get it out here. Come on, Montero.
Montero, plenty of movement on that 4-seamer, but he just missed high and outside. 2-2, even count now. Kind of thought Blue was going to give him that one, to be honest.
Yeah, but that inconsistent strike zone all day long. I mean, at least he's calling it consistent. That's one thing that you can respect about it. But
consistently inconsistent.
Yeah, that strike zone is all over the place.
Pitch number 20 is a high fastball, fouled back by Ward as he stays alive in the 2-2 count.
Yeah. Don't want this thing to go full. Come on, Montero.
Two pitch. Montero about to unleash pitch number 21. This one low and outside. Great frame job there by Dingler, but the umpire was not fooled. Definitely a ball on that one. Tough ball to lay off of for Taylor Ward.
Not mad at the pitch, though. Just misses by a little bit.
Montero trying to get the first out here in the top of the 8th. 1 on. This one, splitter started left, finished right inside for ball 4, and he has walked 2 straight pitchers.
Come on,
as
man.
we see some work in the bullpen, and it is none other than Will Vest, as you had identified.
And you would like to avoid bringing him on in this kind of situation, so I think they're going to give Montero one more shot to try to work out of this. But if he walks another guy, I wouldn't be surprised if they yank him and put Vest in there.
Yeah. And we see Chris Fettermaid head out, so we know that Montero will stick around. Haven't seen Hinch come out yet. Montero with a chance to continue what was a good start in the 7th, but now off to a rough start in the 8th, starting to get his pitch count up. Next one will be 23 as he faces a hitless on the day, Joe Adell, a guy who put one over the fence yesterday.
If you get a double play ball, though, you can turn this thing right around, man, so got to be able to do some work here.
Yeah, Montero could definitely use that double play ball. Like that mitt that he's holding, the black and red there. Joe Adell, a hero from last night, has been a 0 today in 3 at-bats. 2 on.
Nice.
No out. Smacker down the left. This could be the double play ball. Turns it to second, over to first, and they get them both.
Yes,
2 down. Runner advances to third, but Montero that much closer to get out of the inning. Great pickup from
Huge
McKinstry
double play.
on a tough hopper there. Shot it over to second quick, and the play to first. Plenty of time to get the double play. Exactly what we needed here in the top of the 8th. Still a chance, though, for the Angels.
But now you put a lot more pressure on him. Guy at third with 2 outs. I like that, man. And Montero looks like he's going to get out of this relatively clean. I love to see it.
Trout over to third base right now with Rengifo at the plate. Rengifo 1 for 3 on the day. Did have the solo shot last night. Montero about to throw pitch number 25. We won't see much of him, maybe even after this batter. High outside fastball for ball number 2. Falls again, once again in the count here. I'd hate to see 3 walks in an inning from Montero.
Yeah, please.
Luis Rengifo awaits the pitch. Montero blows a 95-mile-per-hour fastball right by him for a first strike. I think he was expecting something else there. He was certainly late on that one. Somebody's ahead. So you heard from that sigh as the pitch comes in. This one is smacked. This one might be gone.
Yes, sir.
And Luis Rengifo with back-to-back jacks on Saturday night and Sunday in the matinee game. And suddenly, the Tigers bullpen has allowed this thing to get closer. Angels put up run number 4 and 5 with 2 outs in the bottom of the 8th. They're down to 4 outs.
Damn, Montero.
But the lead is down to 4 runs for the Tigers. A.J. Hinch makes his march out to the mound, and we have seen enough of Montero for the day.
Yeah, I mean, got off to a solid start, but things just came apart in that 8th inning, man. He started walking guys, started losing some of that command. I think it got to him a little bit, and he just left one up and got crushed right there. Not what you wanted to see. Worst case scenario, really, for the Tigers here. But hopefully, Will Vest with 2 outs on the board can come and make quick work of the Angels and get them off of their game.
Well, 2 problems that we've talked about ad nauseum that the Tigers are struggling through is the relief pitching and the offense. Offense showed up today.
They did.
Mize showed up today, starting pitching. And we got a decent inning out of Canely, got a great first inning out of Montero. But at the same time, this is a new Detroit Tiger in Rafael Montero, and you got to get a chance to learn who these guys are as a manager. And I think what they're learning right now is maybe this guy should just do 1 inning.
Yeah, he might not be your long relief option, but like I said, he was able to do some good things. I don't want to completely crap on him. He had a solid start to this game and really what you wanted to see, but just, putting him out there in the 8th, you can't question whether that was the right decision or not, but just was not able to execute, and that's what you didn't want to see from a Rafael Montero that can be kind of erratic at times.
Absolutely. Randall Smalls with a couple of super chats here.
Shout out, Rando.
He wanted to chime in on the Babe Ruth Shohei conversation. Babe said he lived to hit a ball as hard as he could. Him, Jim Thorpe, one of my favorites, and Pete Rose and Hank Aaron, all idols. Also, he put an extra $2 in the super chat because he's trying to get that hat from KG.
Hey, appreciate it, man. Appreciate it. We might have to put one of these in the giveaway wheel. I know they got a few in the back.
We should do some of that. Rando Smalls, you can also head on over, and everyone else in the chat, you guys can head on over to woodwardsports.com, click on shop, and you'll get a chance to see our hats, our shirts, and all of the awesome apparel that we have there, including one of our best sellers, Boo Dem Kids.
Damn right, man. We started a movement on Big D Energy way back in the day. Still booing them kids, a Detroit staple, man.
Boo Dem Kids.
All day long.
Stay home, Staffords. All right. Well, we're in a pause here as the Tigers make a change in their relief pitching. We saw Will Vest warming up in the bullpen, so it will be Will Vest that comes out to finish off the 8th inning here. And with only a 4-run lead, it'll be interesting to see if they allow him to come back out for the 9th. I think that if he retires this last batter in the 8th, I think that we will see Will Vest in the 9th. But if he gives up a run, we're going to get a chance to see the Tigers' new closer once again, Kyle Finnegan.
Yeah, you might have to. And I know you really don't want to get beyond this point. I think this is the right amount of arms that you expect it to expend in this ball game. So if it gets past Will Vest, then you're looking at a little bit of trouble for the Tigers. But I am confident in Will Vest, man. He is somebody that has come in. He's played some damn good baseball this year, and at times we've seen him be borderline dominant in some of these games late. So hopefully he can come and get these final outs for us. And shout out to the Woodward Sports chat. Noah Messi, no biggie. Will Vest should have this handled, man. You hope so.
Crazy Clown with a great take here. AJ didn't want to use his hot relievers with a big lead in case he needs them in a closer game tomorrow. So far, still a 4-run lead. We good?
Oh, yeah, right. We good, man. Shout out. I want to believe so anyway, because I do not want to do a Tigers broadcast about how they blew another fucking game. Please.
Well, we are 3-4 with the Woodward Tigers live stream, so we're trying to even things up today. We've never been over 500 as we lost our first game. That was way back when Nick and I were together for that, but this would draw us to 4-4 during the Woodward Tiger broadcast. But we want to hear from you guys. Get those chats in. Get the super chats in. We'll be sure to read all of the super chats, if not during the game, in the post-game show, which will be here immediately afterwards. We won't be breaking, so stick with us. But please, all of you that are watching and listening right now, just take a moment, smash that like button for us, drive the algorithm for us. We would really, really appreciate it. But we are headed here to the bottom of the 8th. Taking a look at some of the fans trying to stay cool out there. Again, lots of handheld fans, and not many people in the sun seats. You see a lot of standing and a lot of shade seats.
Yeah, because
that's where I'd be.
That sun does beam at Comerica Park, man, so you don't want to be caught out in that.
No doubt. And Fulmer comes out for another inning. Carson Fulmer has been pretty good. He's given up 2 runs.
Tell me you don't want to waste the arm without telling me.
Yeah, no doubt about it. He'll face off against Colt Keith, who's 1 for 3 for the day. This one has popped up behind him, and that'll even the count up at 1-1. Keith been solid today, drew a walk, and scored a run after a single. On the season, he's 4 of 18 against the Angels with 2 home runs. Would love to see him dial one of those long balls up right here. Fulmer with a nice pitch, outside fastball, just clipped that zone, and he'll get ahead of Colt Keith. 1 ball and 2 strikes here. No outs, bottom of the 8th. Game 3 of the weekend set with the Angels from Comerica Park. They split Game 1 and Game 2, the rubber match here.
Need a K here.
Yeah, in Detroit. The Tigers are well on their way to winning it with a 4-run lead as that changeup skips off the ground and up off the catcher's mask and out of play there. 2-2's the count.
Come on, Will.
Colt Keith, bottom of the 8th here, trying to get a rally started and add to the Tigers' lead. Takes a cut at a fastball outside of the zone, sends that one foul. My man has a cardboard box on his head. While his multiple Pierce girlfriend uses one of those awesome battery-powered spray fans. Love those. Oh, this one smacked left. This one might get down. No. That one just into the first row and back out onto the field, careening off of an empty seat there. Somebody getting some shade right now.
Just realized how far I was behind.
Fulmer,
battle with the streams
73rd pitch there. It's always a battle of the streams, which we will have cleaned up for you guys next week as the cable company put us off and rescheduled for the last 3 weeks to get FanDuel in here. You'd think you could just call them, but apparently that's not the deal. So
those days are over.
We will be all synced up for you guys next weekend as the changeup in the dirt drives the count to full 3 balls, 3 strikes for Colt Keith.
Absolutely.
Tigers trying to add some runs here. 4-run lead in the bottom of the 9th here. Ball 4 sends Colt Keith to first base. You like that.
No, absolutely. Nice patience there by Kohloff, and let's get some more insurance runs if we can help it, man. 4-run game now. Not really where you want to be. That 6-run lead is right, kind of in that sweet spot. Hopefully they can get back to that.
Yeah, only 3 outs left for the Angels, but there's at least 3, possibly 6 left for the Tigers at this point. For me, as we see Torres smash one deep to left, this might be out. Oh, and the outfielders run into each other.
Yes.
The left fielder did not call off the center fielder, and Kohloff will have to come back as he did not tag up. But nearly a big play there as the left fielder did not call off the center fielder, and the collision didn't cost them the catch. Torres out with what would have been a home run in about 50% of the parks in the MLB.
Yeah, I know, right? Could have used that one there, but not necessarily mad at that. Good contact, but hopefully they can get something on the board, turn this run.
Yeah, and what you really want to see from this team, I don't need to see run 10, run 11, run 12. It'd be nice. I want to see them continue to be patient, to continue to put runners on, and to continue to get big swings like that, great contact like that. Even if it doesn't turn out the way that you want it, we need momentum and confidence for these offensive players.
Yeah, and shout out to Kyle Dickerson in the Woodward Sports Chat. Even when this team wins these days, it's not clean and a lot to bitch about. The pitching has just disintegrated. Hopefully they get through the bottom and start working toward an end off-season peak. I think that's what he said. But I can definitely understand his sentiments, man, because this Tigers, even when they win, they have not played clean baseball. And of course you'll take the wins over everything, but it is some things in there that they absolutely need to clean up if they expect to be, any kind of a threat in the playoffs, approaching the end of the season.
And I think you have to credit AJ Hinch with a lot of that. Even in the ugly games, he's found a way to put his team over the top. As we watch a couple of balls in the dirt there, but this Tigers team, they were desperately in need of some confidence swinging the bat, and I feel like today's game certainly should go a long way to creating that confidence, as you see Carpenter take a big cut to even things up at 2-2.
Yeah.
Carpenter with that big bomb today. He's been on base twice. He's got 4 RBIs, 2 for 3 on the day, as he takes a big cut, swing and a miss on a nasty changeup, and will strike out there, bringing up Riley Green, 2 for 4 on the day. He did cash Nick's Caesar best bet today, hitting and reaching safely twice. He's 2 for 4 on the day. Of course, had that big 2-run shot a couple innings earlier. He will seek to extend the lead here with 2 outs and Kohloff on first base. Fulmer, nice first pitch strike.
No, absolutely.
Great first pitch, painting the outside there. Green fully taking. Like to see a little bit of patience out of him. 0-1 pitch on its way from Fulmer as he gets into the 80 pitch count. This one well outside, evening things up at 1 ball, 1 strike.
Yeah, here we go. Big at bat for Riley Green here.
I think I'm ahead of KG, and he doesn't like it.
No, I'm actually ahead of you. I'm trying to, but I'm paying attention to the box score on ESPN.
There's a nice fastball there, lower outside portion of the zone for strike 2. Gets ahead of Green, 1 ball, 2 strikes here. Fulmer did give up those 2 runs, but has been pretty darn good. Otherwise, it was Koshanowicz that really couldn't stop the bleeding for the Angels early on, as Fulmer chases Kohloff back to first base. Don't really see the Tigers running here, but they could send him if this count gets fuller.
I don't think it's a bad spot.
And a big shot here from Green. It's deep. It's to the warning track, and the relievers run into each other again. This time, Teodosio takes the ball.
Yeah.
Joe Adele ran into him. Joe looked a little annoyed, as Teodosio, a new member of the Angels, not much communication on 2 plays here.
No, but unfortunately the Tigers weren't able to do anything with that. But you still like the position that they're in. 4 runs here, chance to close the door. It's all on Will Vest now to come out here and be the dog that we know he can be, man. Let's go get this dub for the Tigers.
Yeah, let's take a look real quick at the promotion that the Lions have coming, or the Tigers have coming up next week. We got a chance to see some of those fans from Italy. Well, I hope that the Tigers dug in, because there is an Italian-American Tigers jersey that is part of your ticket package for the game. It's a week from tomorrow, August 18th. So for all my Dagos out there, I can say that. You see my Italian nose.
Oh, y'all Dagos.
But yeah, we actually didn't know that we were Italian, and my great-grandmother, God bless her soul, Grandma Charlie, on her deathbed, admitted that great-grandfather was not great-grandfather. And because of the time that she grew up, it was actually this guy from Sicily that she had met and had a kind of an affair with. And I'm a quarter Italian, I find out.
Hey,
so,
I guess it worked out for the best, man.
hey,
You got here.
I'm alive, man. Happened to like that. So we head into the top of the 8th here. Let's take a look real
top
quick.
of the 9th.
Oh, yeah, top of the 9th, excuse me.
Let's don't give us extra credit. I'm trying to get out of here.
Guys. Let's take a look at what is going on in terms of scoring in this game. Obviously, the Tigers started things off in the bottom of the first with 2 runs. Then they added another insurance run in the second. Then they piled on 4 more before Jack No-Controlowitz could get out of there to the tune of 7 runs. Angels came back, put up 2 runs on. It was Canely, I believe, there in the 5th. Got another one in the 6th. And then it was 2 more for the Tigers on that 2-run blast by Riley Green. That's how we got to 9. 2 more innings that Rafael Montero gave up there in that Louis Rengifo home run, which brought us to the score where we sit now 9-5 as the first pitch from Will Vest. Second pitch is underway from Will Vest.
I'm trying my best to not get ahead of you here, but good start.
First pitch of the 9th from Will Vest as he retired the last batter in the 8th there. He evens things up after Moore takes a big cut and fouls that one back. Count is 1-1. Vest seeking to get 3 clean outs here and finish this game so the Tigers don't have to come out for the bottom of the 9th as he blows a sinker past him for strike 2.
Hey, looking good so far,
Great
man.
pitch.
And I think you will like the results coming up. But good start for Will Vest here. Just has to continue, like I said, to be a dog. Pump those fastballs in there, and let's try and get out of here with a dub.
No doubt about it. Vest puts one well outside. 88-mile-per-hour slider missed pretty badly outside there. Was trying to get Moore to take a bad swing at that one. 2-2. 2 balls, 2 strikes here. Top of the 9th, Tigers lead 9-5 in Game 3 of this matchup. Oh, and a fastball low outside of the zone, but that didn't matter to Blue.
No,
he
sir.
dials up the strike for strike 3. That's a strikeout for Will Vest. 1 down, 2 to go. Tigers inching closer to a series win here at home over the Los Angeles Angels.
Yeah, and it would take a big collapse here by the Tigers to not get out of Comerica with a dub today, man, and a series win, much-needed series win, their second since the All-Star break.
No doubt about it. And you can see and Christian Moore's been thrown out of the game. You saw him barking, frustrated after that bad call, and I don't blame him.
Yeah.
Blue has missed quite a few calls today, but we won't see any more of Christian.
Yeah, man, that's just how
Christian
the cookie
Moore.
crumbles.
See what I did there?
For the Angels. Yeah, I did see what you did there. But that's how the cookie crumbles for the Angels, man. You can't always get them to go your way. And luckily today it just benefited the Tigers, man. But the ump has been all over the place. I would be pissed off as well.
No doubt. Mr. Outfield Collision,
There we go.
Bryce Teodosio takes the first pitch for a ball from Vest. Vest would love a clean inning here.
Yes,
and
sir.
I think the fans would too, as a fastball's fouled back.
Everybody in the chat, get hype, man. Get hype. Show your support for Will Vest on the mound, inching closer to a Tigers dub today.
No doubt about it. No doubt about it. Next pitch, swung on and missed.
Yes.
That nasty sinker of Will Vest gets him ahead with a 1-ball, 2-strike count here. Vest 9 pitches thus far. He's got 3 outs, 1 in the 8th, 2 outs, 1 in the 8th, and 1 here early in the 9th. As a big swinging strike on a slider outside of the zone.
Such a dog.
Gets Teodosio swinging 2 strikes, and the Tigers are 1 out away from a series win here against the Angels. Love to see it.
Hey, and like I told you, at times he has looked dominant, and this is one of those days. He is out here serving it up. 2 important Ks for Will Vest.
No doubt.
And I think we are going to be able to close this one out.
Yep, Tiger fan on their feet at Comerica Park. A beautiful day for a Tigers win, and they are only 1 out away as Zach Neto steps to the plate. First pitch, right over the plate, smashed to McKinstry. Can't come up with the play. Has to run it down. Is going to send it over to second, which holds Neto at first.
I'll take that. Don't make a bad play messier. So, yeah, I'll take that.
This was a rocket to Neto. Wasn't able to corral that one as it skipped off of his right heel and out into foul territory. He had to track that one down, and just in time to hold Neto at first as he had thoughts of turning and getting to second there. Probably could have made it, to be quite honest with you, as Nolan Shanuel comes back out with the 2-run home run and a single. He could do a lot of damage with one swing here. Decides not to swing on that slider as the Tigers concede second base to Neto.
Good run by them. You know it was coming. They are desperate.
No force at second now for the Tigers. Another one here, they asked for the appeal, says that he did not go around on that. Another close one. We've seen a good 10 appeals today on check swings, and that one will even things up at 1-1. And I'm seeing some fist pumps from my cohort here, so I think I might have some good news coming up for you very quick. Here's a chopper out to second. That's a tough play to make. And he got him.
Yeah, damn right.
Tigers win.
Tigers
9-4. A close play at first, but they were able to get him. Torres dials it up, and a deep ground ball was made the play just in time. Colt Keith receives it. They might go back and review this one.
That's why I didn't see a final.
So we might be a little early on our celebration. This one felt very close to me. Hell of a play from Glaber. I think he was safe. Let's take a look here.
I wish I could see the play currently, but yeah.
Ooh, I don't know. Tie goes to the runner. I'm going to have to say that Nolan Shanuel is going to be safe on this one. Here's a reverse. Nope, ball is in the glove. He's not in the bag here. I think he's out. Certainly not enough evidence to turn that one over, I'd say.
No, if they called it that way, then I think it will stay that way. Once again, I wish I could actually see the play, but I will take your word for it.
Yeah, it looks like there is about an orthotic in between the shoe and the base there. I think that this...
Seeing a lot of ball game in the chat. Game over in the chat. So
yeah, I think that this one is going to be over. We'll see what they say upstairs. But
I took the final off just in case, but I think we're good.
All right, Tigers. Yeah, and they call him out.
Let's
it
go.
is final from Comerica Park. The Detroit Tigers have taken Game 3 of the series. They win the series 2-1 over the Angels. Huge game. We saw some issues in the relief, but we also saw the relief come up huge. Will Vest with 4 very clean outs there.
Yeah.
Love to see that. Didn't have to dip into the closer, Kyle Finnegan. Rafael Montero, great 1 inning. Maybe you don't bring him out from the second anymore. We're getting to know our new pitchers. And then to start things off, our young starter, our former number 1 pick, your guy, a guy you said that had to be great today. I thought he was pretty damn close to great, Casey Mize.
Absolutely, and shout out to Nick Kohloff. I got to get this one off. Tigers win, Tigers win, Tigers win, man. No, this was a great dub today. Good way to go get that series, and it wasn't clean baseball yet again. Shout out to, that Woodward Sports Chatter that put that in there. But there was a lot of good to take away from this one. And I thought Casey Mize going out there, getting you at least 5 was absolutely huge for this team today. And, of course, the story, Riley Green getting off the snide, putting this game away, and Kerry Bonds yet again, man. He's just been great, man, since they've gotten him back. He is the spark plug behind this Tigers offense, but you got good enough showings from your starters and those hitters in the lineup, and you were able to handled his team pretty well, I would say.
No doubt
9
about
runs, not nothing to sneeze at.
No doubt about it. I about this offense today as we see Mize get his 11th victory on the year. He goes to 11-4. His ERA holds exactly still the same at 3.5 runs per game. Gotta love seeing that. But up and down the box score, only Javi Baez did not get a hit. Yeah. And that was because his hit was ruled an error.
Yeah. But
he did reach base and he did score. You look at up and down the lineup, no pinch hits today. We saw 3 of those out of A.J. Hinch last night for the Tigers. Colt Keith, 1 for 3 with a run scored, but he reached base 3 times on the back of 2 walks. Gleyber Torres, same deal, 1 for 3, 2 walks. He also had an RBI, came across the plate twice. Before I go through these top 4, the top of the order scored 7 runs.
That's
1
what you
for
want.
Colt, 2 for Torres, 2 for Carp, 2 for Green, and that's what we saw the beginning of the season, the first half of the season. That front end of the lineup was just doing so much damage. To continue on with Kerry Carpenter, he was 2 for 4 today, of course, with that big rip. 2-run shot, 3-run shot, I think it was, or 2-run shot. 4 RBIs for him. Riley Green with the 2-run shot. He was 2 of 5 today. Cash, Knicks, Caesars Sportsbook,
And
best bet for all of you guys at home. Hopefully you guys took him up on that. 3 RBIs for Riley. But then through the end of the order, 1 for 3 for Torque with a walk. 1 for 4 for McKinstry. Also had an RBI. Dingler 1 for 3. Sweeney 1 for 3. Also with the walk. 6 walks for the Tigers batters today, something we haven't seen a whole lot of lately, KG.
No, and today was what you call a hit parade. Everybody got on board. Even Javi, like you said, his hit was called an error, but hey, we'll take it at the end of the day. Everybody contributed, and I think the chemistry is definitely lifted from where it was for this Tigers team. And that's what you want to see when they're having fun out there, when they're playing carefree and just going out there and you know, putting their best foot forward. That's when you see the best of the Tigers. They're able to keep pressure on teams throughout a whole ball game, and that's what you saw here, man. And I know it's the Los Angeles Angels, but this was a series that you absolutely needed today, and they were able to get it done, man. And hopefully they can carry this momentum going forward, because this is what you want to see out of this Tigers offense that has been so great up until this point in the season. I think they can get back to that. I really do. And if they can help out some of their starting pitchers as well, I think that'll in turn, you know, flow down to the pitching rotation. So you got to hope that this keeps going. That's all you can hope for.
Confidence. This game was all about confidence. They looked good on Friday. They didn't look good last night, but everything worked today. There are a couple things to clean up, but you got to feel very good, and I'm sure that everybody in the clubhouse is feeling really good right now. And they head to Chicago tomorrow for a series with the White Sox, who currently lead the Guardians 6-4.
Nice.
As that game just finished up the 8th inning. So the Guardians down to 3 final outs here. Once again, White Sox leading that game 6-4, giving the Tigers a chance to lengthen their lead to 6 games. Obviously, tomorrow we head to see the White Sox. Not sure who's going to be on the mound for the White Sox, but we will see Chris Paddock, who thus far has had a great start and a pretty bad start.
Yeah, mixed bag, to say the least. But I'm confident in his ability going forward. I know a lot of people make, a lot of people have been trying to say who's going to be your number 2 guy going into the playoffs. And with Jack Flaherty kind of struggling like he has been, I understand a lot of people turning away from him. You do bring up Casey Mize, and he got back on that horse today, looked good, but you need to see him be consistent going forward. And then you have the new guys. You have your Charlie Mortons of the world. You have your Paddocks of the world. And I think Paddock is going to be definitely important going down the stretch, because Charlie Morton has the experience, but if excuse me, I think if the Tigers had their way, that Morton would come out of the bullpen in a playoff situation. So that's going to leave Paddock as the guy that they're looking to go out there and put some innings together. And I think he can do that, man. So I'm looking forward to what his start will look like tomorrow. Once again, you have a favorable matchup in the White Sox. I hate to say this, but this is another series that I expect a sweep out of. You should be able to go in there and sweep this team, take care of the business that you can take care of, and let's see where the chips fall. But 7 favorable games coming up for the Tigers before you run into, a little bit of trouble. So I hope that they can get this done and maybe gain a little bit more ground in the standings, man, because that's what they need.
Yeah, you mentioned the series with the White Sox. Certainly a series that could be swept. Second worst team in baseball. Not as low as the lowly Rockies, who are
losing 20-1 and shit.
30-86 on the season. White Sox have been playing inspired ball since the break. I think that's something that Tiger fans need to keep in mind. However, they are 3 of 7 in their last 10. That hot streak's kind of worn off as they've lost 6 straight, actually.
Yeah.
With a chance to win today, a timely win against the Guardians, but it's not a team that the Tigers can go and sleep on. But it should be a series that's at least won, if not swept.
No, and the American League matchups absolutely matter. So you can't afford to be dropping games to lowly teams in the American League, like the White Sox and like the Twins again. And shout out to the Twins, for helping us out a little bit too. You're just looking for the Tigers to maybe regain some of that ground that they lost, but I still think this lead is pretty decent. But you can lose it very, very quickly if you don't come out here and play your best ball. So there's going to be something to watch over this next week or so, and hopefully the Tigers have enough in the tank to keep this streak going. But they got a series win today. Like I said, second since the All-Star break, one they absolutely needed.
Yeah, Grant Taylor, one of the great young bullpen arms in all of baseball. He's kind of overlooked and not really seen as the closer over there in Chicago, but this guy is a hell of a talent. He's got 2 outs so far with a strikeout in the top of the 9th as the White Sox look to close that game out. They do have a 2-run lead, and Taylor is up on the final batter, 0-2. Let's take a look at some of the games that have finished in the MLB. Yankees were able to get 1 run on the board, but they get smoked at home by the Astros 7-1.
I'm not worried about the Yankees.
Same
man.
score in Atlanta, but they were the victors 7-1 over the Marlins. Orioles lose by a run at home to the Athletics. Twins win in extra innings over the Royals 5-3. And some of the games that are a little deeper in, obviously, the Tigers victorious over the Angels, and it's official from Chicago. The White Sox have beaten the Guardians, so the Tigers do have a 6-game lead in the Central right now. That's awesome, awesome news. Heading over to Pittsburgh, where the Reds are up 12-8 in the top of the 9th. Looking to add some more insurance runs there. Mets with a run lead in Milwaukee over the Brewers. They're in the bottom of the 8th. Bottom of the 7th from Texas, where they trail the Phillies at home. Padres and Red Sox early in that one, top of the 3rd. That one's deadlocked with no runs, no hits, no errors. Natties up 4-0 on the Giants in San Francisco. D-backs up 1 over those lowly Rockies from Arizona 3-2. Dodgers early on with the AL leading Blue Jays. They're up 2-1 in that game. Would love to see the Dodgers steal one from the Blue Jays and knock them down. We would be tied if that happened. Mariners off to an early start. They're up 4-0 in the bottom of the 1st at home in Seattle. And the national game, once again, Sonny Gray hosting the Cubs in St. Louis. So the guys in Chicago did their job while our Detroit Tigers did their job extending that Central Division lead. Now that those are in the books, I'm going to refresh here and take a look where we're at. 6-game lead on the Guardians. Royals were 9.5 up on, and the Twins 11 games up on them.
Nice.
And got to keep an eye on the White Sox, 25 games back.
No, I don't think we got to worry about them. But, yeah, going forward, I'm not ready to give up on this Tigers team, and I do realize that it hasn't been perfect, especially creeping into All-Star break and then seeing how they came out of it. I do understand people's concerns, people's fears, but I'm not ready to give up on this team. Every time we have doubted this team, they have shown up in a big way. Hopefully this can be the start of something good, but I really do just think that we're going to be okay down the stretch. I feel like the pitching can catch up. It's more about the offense going forward because that's the most inconsistent unit on this team. And I know the bullpen, where the hell is the bullpen gone? I do get that. But with just the moves that they made at the deadline, getting a lot of fresh bodies in here, I feel like eventually you will be able to get those starters in line with some of those relief pitchers. But if your offense can give you a little bit of relief and give those starters a little bit less to worry about when they go out here for some of these games, the Tigers will be in a lot better position going forward. So I think they're going to be okay ultimately. I'm not scared at all.
Yeah, next 3 games, as we mentioned, are next 3 games are in Chicago. The 4 games after that, they head to Minnesota. So now we've played 3 games, another 3-game set with a 4-game set after that, and then 3 more. That's 13 straight days. Whew. These Detroit Tigers will have not had a day off. But they head to the second worst team in the MLB, the worst team in AL, the Chicago White Sox, who did their job tonight, beating the Guardians. We just told you that. And then the 4-game series starting on Thursday in Minnesota, a team that beat us in the last series 2-1. This is a series that you have to get at the very least a split, KG.
Yeah, absolutely. Like you said, second worst team in all of baseball. You got to have it, man. The Tigers got to handle business. And to their credit, they've been able to do that most of the year. Out of that 13-game stretch that you said, at least for me, I need at least 6 to 7 dubs out of that 13-game stretch. I'm interested to see where you sit on that. Pause. But definitely, if you can come out with 6 to 7 wins out of those 13, I think you're looking pretty good as the Tigers.
Well, we've got 2 out of the 13 left, so there's 10 left to play. I think that we need to get 6 out of those, which would say we got 8 out of these 13.
Yeah.
If you get 5, you're going 500 over the next 10 games, and you're doing it against division opponents. So I would like to see them get the 6 wins to go along with the 2 over this weekend would put them at 8 and 5 over that 13-game span. Now, I want to turn over to Cleveland here as we look in the rearview mirror at them, only 6 games back. They have the day off tomorrow after losing today 4-6 in Chicago. They head back home where they host a 3-game set with the Marlins, who, if I remember correctly, are not very good this year. I got that. Well, we'll come back to that, but I know that they haven't been doing much. Then they host the Braves. Tough team to play. Great pitching, great bats. But then they head over to Arizona. So even if they were to sweep the Marlins at home, those next 6 games, I'd be surprised to see them do better than 500.
Yeah.
Which at that point you'd be looking at about a 6-3 run for them. Tigers are going to have to win some games in these 2 road trips. Guardians might have lost one, but they were 9-1 heading into today's game, and they are playing very, very hot.
No, and I thought that it was a team that didn't have the horses, especially after the Class A scandal that
they
broke.
were done.
But to their credit, they have been able to hang in there, and we all know how much of a tough time that they give this Tigers team, man. So you need any help any way you can get it. Luckily, they lost today. You were able to gain a game back. But going forward, man, it's going to be on the Tigers. They aren't going to get that much help from the rest of your division. So you got to handle your business when it comes up. And I think that's going to be a big thing for this Tigers team. And once again, I want to see this team face adversity. Like the beginning of the season was way too easy for them. Seeing what they've looked like since the All-Star break, of course, has caused a lot of concern. But I'm not mad at that personally because we need to see what this team is actually made of and if they are that Tiger team that we saw throughout these first couple months, man. So I'm looking forward to it. Hopefully they can answer the call. I think they can, but it's still yet to be seen. You got to play the games.
Yeah, they have a lot of depth. I think something that we haven't really talked about is a player or 3 getting called up towards the end of this season. which could certainly help. They've got the bats. They've got some arms, too. I think the bats would be the ones that would come up first. But when you look at this team and you look at the first half, you look at the slump that they're seems like they've been playing through over the last week. They've been pretty decent. This is when you want the slump.
Yeah.
When you have a 15.5 game lead. And when you're still a month and a half away from the playoffs.
Mm-hmm.
So if this team can start get it going and they can, pad this lead in the Central and hold on, you kind of go into the playoffs with this similar feeling and confidence you had last year. A team that all the deck was stacked against them. The odds said no. Somehow they went out and willed their way into the playoffs and then won a first-round matchup with the Astros. I think this year, if they had coasted and you didn't, let's say the Guardians weren't playing well, but this team still slumped. But they got a 12-game lead because the Guardians were playing like trash, and the Royals and the Twins didn't want to catch up with them. So now you look at a Tigers team that really never had anybody nipping at their heels. Maybe not a reason to go out and make the trades that they did, because maybe some of these trades don't happen if they're not slumping.
Yeah.
Now you've got more arms, you got a few more bats, you've got more depth, and you've got a taste in your mouth that you want to get rid of. And that's this losing streak, this slump that they've gone into. Maybe this team gets clicking by September. And maybe this slump was the perfect thing that they needed to figure out their issues, to refine their confidence, and bring all of that into the playoffs with them.
No, you really hope so. Real quick, shout out to Big Dan Davis in the chat. Woodward Sports. Silly question. Do we see a Max Clark call up this year at some point?
Good timing.
I know.
Good timing. That's what I'm talking about. Listen, you get to expand the rosters.
Yeah.
And when you look at what McGonigal, honestly, what Jose Briseño is doing.
Yeah.
In my rankings, you see Max Clark around 9 or 10. You see McGonigal at 1. Or
Yeah,
maybe
he's
2.
been killing lately.
Briseño, based on his pedigree, is the only reason that he's around 70 right now.
Yeah.
If you take Briseño's 2025, he's a top 25 guy.
Nice.
And so, to me, you look at a Max Clark, you look at a McGonigal, and the way they are absolutely stroking that ball out there, Posh, the way that they are stroking that leather out there right now, they could come up and be a real bright spot in this offensive lineup. Because, hey, I like the way that Sweeney looked. Obviously, Baez has had some big games, but when you look at the end of our lineups, when you see Jake Rogers hitting as a DH, or you see Sweeney having to be called up, I know we don't want to start those kids' clock, but I'll tell you what, McGonigal in a playoff lineup would look a hell of a lot better than Trey Sweeney.
I'm not completely opposed to it, especially with McGonigal, because he has just been tearing the cover off the baseball lately. And
stroking that ball.
No, he is stroking that ball. What you say, stroking?
Stroking, that's a different sport.
I know, but
Shout out my boy
stroking. I always
Johnny.
thought that was funny when I cut that clip. But no, you gotta take a look at that if you're the Tigers organization. I think it's gonna be tough though, because where does Parker Meadows fall in this equation? I think that is somebody that they want to see back on the field at some
and
point.
And Vierling, good healthy as well.
Yeah, absolutely. Matt Vierling, you're hoping to come back and put something together. But at least with Parker Meadows, his glove is elite. It's just all about, can he get it together at the plate, because that's been a sign of struggle for him. And now his second year of getting sent down at probably a crucial time in the Tiger season. You hoping he can come back and look better. Matt Vierling, the same thing. He is a veteran on this team that you're kind of relying on. But, I mean, if you had maybe some questions at third base like we've seen at some points, you want to get Z-Mac a little bit of rest out there, maybe you do call on a Kevin McGonigal and speed up his clock, but I don't see it at least this year. I think the Tigers are comfortable with who they have so far, and then Sweeney also a call up today. Hopefully he can put something together, but I think you're looking at those guys as your main sources. I doubt we see any of the big three come up from AA ball right now.
Chat, give me an assist here. I'm on X looking up Alex Cobb.
Oh, God.
Somebody says I'm still laughing that Alex Cobb pitched against the Colonels this week.
I know. He has a bullpen session. I keep hearing
he needs
bullpen
Max
session.
A's corn cleats. Alex Cobb's start incoming. A rotation going to be nothing but Unk soon. Chris McCoskey 7 hours ago. Shout out Chris McCoskey. I miss you covering the Pistons, but doing a great job with the Tigers. Looks like the Tigers will push Tarek Skubal's next start to the Twins series.
Oh, okay.
Here's the lineup versus the White Sox. Chris Paddock Monday, Jack Flaherty Tuesday. Wednesday, TBA could be bullpen. I don't think that we're going to see Alex Cobb up, as we haven't heard much from him, but that's another arm that, would we pay him $15 million? Seems like a waste of money so far, but if this guy were to be able to come up and assist this team, you talk about a Charlie Morton that maybe he has to play a Carson Fulmer role like we saw today from the Angel, where he comes in as a middle starter, a guy that comes in the third, fourth inning in a situation where you don't like the way that the starter is pitching, and maybe he can get you 3-4 innings, because the first 2 times through the rotation that we saw him last night, he was fine. It was that third time that he had to face Taylor Ward that they got a feel for him. The depth of the pitching is what's going to have to save him, because the frontline starters, unless Flaherty finds that World Series form, obviously Mize looks like the number 2 right now on this team, but it's going to come down to depth, and it may come from a healthy Alex Cobb. We'll certainly get a little bit of relief from Meadows and from Vierling, but maybe it comes in the form of some youngsters.
I mean, I would love if Alex Cobb can come make an impact on this team. I'm not expecting it, though.
Yeah.
One, he's an older guy. He's been fighting injuries. And then the last time that we saw him up there, he wasn't giving out his best work. But if he can come in and do anything, I think that's a huge help to the Tigers, of course. You also have people like Paul Sewald that said that he will have some time on the mound this season. He expects to. So you just wonder, man. I mean, $15 million for Cobb, I thought it was a waste of money at the time. It has proven to be just that, a big waste of money. But yeah, if you can get anything depth-wise from any of your older veteran guys, I think that only helps the Tigers going forward, and that's what you need right now. They need as many arms as they can get.
No doubt. Well, going forward, guys, our next Tigers live stream broadcast will be next Sunday. Birdie, I believe you've got that over there. That's a game against.
Birdie tired as hell.
We'll get him out of here soon, and we'll get you guys back to your Sunday soon as well. Just want to let you guys know exactly when we will be back. As we mentioned earlier, Saturday, Game 3 preseason for the Detroit Lions. We'll have that full slate pre-game, post-game, as well as the watch party in between. But we'll be doing it from Sean Belesian's annual barbecue. We're all very, very excited for that. Birdie, you better get your ass there too, man. Better get your ass there for that. It's a good time. But yeah, on Sunday, we will be back in studio. I think Birdie's probably got it dialed up for us. It's the Minnesota game on, August 17th. It's an early start. Looks like 2 o'clock or something there. You see the matchup predictor. They do like the Twins a little bit at home. Not sure who we'll be facing, but it does sound like Jack Flaherty will be out on the mound. Although we've got some changes with Skubal, so that could shake that order up. But that's the next time that you'll see us here. I'm not quite sure who the tandem will be, but we will be here calling Tigers games through the rest of the season. On the weekends, that does not have a Lions game. So the next 2 Tigers game are the next 2 Sundays. The weekend after that, we'll be back for both Saturday and Sunday, as the entire NFL is off before Labor Day. And then following Labor Day, come back here on Saturdays for the Tigers Woodward live stream. And, of course, on Sundays to get your fix for the Detroit Lions.
Yeah, and I think the next time you'll see us is that Lions post-game show, I say. So shout out, man. I am so looking forward to those episodes with you, man. We're going to do a lot of good things this year. Yeah. But Tigers, man, I need that sweep next series. I'm calling for it. It's the White Sox, bro. Get it fucking done.
Yeah.
Like, you got to handle the teams that you can handle, and they are one of them. Get it done, man.
Yeah, they need to go out there and show everybody that they're the best team in the American League, or at the very least the best team in the Central Division. It's that series of 4 games with the Twins that I think everyone in Detroit will really have their eyes on.
You got to get your get back. And I was there for one of the games on Thursday, and they were getting whooped before we even walked through the gate 3-0, man. So I think they owe the Twins one. I think they know that. And if they keep this momentum going, I like the outlook of that series because being real, they're throwing 5 ERA guys out there. They sold at the deadline. The Twins should be a non-factor, and you gave a series away that you really shouldn't have given away to them. So I expect the Tigers to come in with a vengeance, man, and try and get that dub back.
Well, we'll get a chance to see what they do starting on Thursday. Of course, first 3 days, Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday, you'll get a chance to watch them in Chicago. But that series in Minnesota, Thursday through Sunday, is a doozy. Looking at the chat here, Big Dan Davis. Big Dan Davis.
Shout out.
It looks like Big Dan Davis, but
Big Dan Davis.
Yeah. Yeah, pretty much everybody talking about the young guys. We got a question about.
All right, calm down, Silas. I see you. Shout out Burn in the chat.
I am a Trey Sweeney guy too. He was great today. Really battled.
Yeah,
saw the ball well.
Got to keep it going though.
You know the question about the Skubal extension. I have bad news for you guys. I don't think that it gets done. You know, we had Lynn Henning on a couple of weeks ago, and he was the first one to say that the Tigers will hold him throughout his contract, and then he will go on to, I won't say greener, but warmer pastures.
Yeah, definitely more fruitful pastures, if you catch my drift. So money talks, bullshit walks every time.
Certainly does. So the Tigers will be faced with a difficult decision. It depends on how far they go. If they were to win a World Series, who knows? Maybe he wants to stay. If they get to the World Series, maybe he wants to stay. But both of those scenarios could also paint a picture of why you move this guy and why you add a bunch of more pieces, because you know that you can't get him back. And nobody knows that better than Chris and Scott right now.
I think the writing's on the wall at this point. If I'm Skubal, why the hell would I sign at this point? I'm going to market, and I'm getting as much as I can get. If it's from the Tigers, great. But at this point, you can't expect that. And once again, I speak to the relationship between his agent, Scott Boras, and the Tigers. Never has been a rose-colored relationship between those two. So at this point, I mean, it's tough. I think how they finish this year will be very important. And what they do in the offseason at the end of this year is also very important, because you're in a position now to where even if you trade them, you'll get a lot back for them. But do you want to waste another opportunity at a World Series with the best pitcher in baseball? I don't think you want to do that. At this point, it does just make sense to hold on to him for the rest of his contract, take it to arbitration, see what happens. But let's try in 2026 to really, really go for it. Now, how much help will he get from Chris Ilitch in the front office is a question that we all want answered, because to this point, he hasn't andied up. But I think that's the biggest thing going forward, because if I'm Skubal, why the fuck would I sign at this point? I'm going to the market.
Yeah, and you got to remember, they gave Flaherty $25 million.
Yeah,
it makes him one of the top pitchers paid in MLB. You give $15 million to Glaber, which has been great. You give $15 wasted to Alex Cobb, and then you had the Bregman money out there. They were ready to spend it. So I think with the way that this Tigers team is played, with the amount of talent we have coming up through the farm system, and one more year of Skubal, depending on what happens here in the playoffs, if they can reach the World Series and do something that we haven't seen here since '84, I think that it will change what they do in the offseason if they were to win it. If they don't win it, I think that Skubal comes back and they bring a couple young guys up. They spend a little bit more money, and maybe they use the leverage of a great team in their bargaining deal after 2026 to try and keep him here.
That's all they got going for him at this point. So I definitely agree with you. But once again, how they finish this year will tell us a lot as to where this team actually is, because last year's model, we know that wasn't sustainable. That was a miraculous collapse by the Twins and a miraculous run by the Tigers. But this year, they've shown us that they can get ahead of the game, and that your core may be, solid in terms of, having good players in there. But it's just everything else and how it's going to come together at the end. But I have all the confidence that this team can at least get to the ALCS this year, one step above where they finished last year. So we shall see.
Well, there you go. Make sure you wake up tomorrow with Woodward Sports. We will be talking Detroit Tigers and the victory that you watched today.
Yes.
That'll be
Thank
you with, it's you.
Yep,
and,
Mr. Beligian.
And JB with Sean Beligian in the mornings with Maz, 8 o'clock. 8 a.m. to 10 a.m. and then, of course, the full slate BDE after that.
Yep.
Braylon Edwards show following from 2 to 4. And then, of course, the heavyweights holding it down from 5 to 7. So make sure you start your day with us tomorrow. We'll take good care of you. And we appreciate you joining us today.
Yes, sir.
On behalf of our guy Birdie making us look good.
Shout out, Birdie. Appreciate you, bro.
My guy, Kentucky Green, a.k.a. KG.
Yes, sir.
I do love that nickname.
Appreciate you.
My
and
name-
real quick, Justin will actually be filling in on the first 2 morning shows because I'm on trailer duty. So shout
okay.
out. Yeah.
Okay, yeah. Actually, we will be at U of M golf course tomorrow.
Yeah.
Covering the outing. D-Mac and Neil will be playing, so we got some cool stuff for you. Probably have some surprise guests. So
And
you want to stick with us all day tomorrow.
And we're going to try our best to give you the best possible remote show that we could give you. Our apologies for the last one. Battling some technical stuff here at the network, but we will try to give you the best show we possibly can tomorrow. So
Yeah, we got you. We got
Yeah.
you. Definitely stick with us
Stay
tomorrow.
tuned, man. Appreciate y'all,
We
man.
do appreciate you guys once again. My name is Anson Wells for KG and Birdie. We're out of here. We'll see you tomorrow.